A man was hiking on a trail near a forest when he suddenly spotted a buffalo peacefully grazing. Curious and excited, he moved a bit closer and decided to start filming. But the moment he pulled out his phone and began recording, something totally unexpected happened.
Look at this guy. Here. Holy. And that's why,
The buffalo suddenly rushed straight toward him. He took off running and just barely reached the safety of a nearby car. That was a close call. Animals that size can be incredibly dangerous. The takeaway? Always keep your distance from wild animals. It's March 21st, 2024, a perfect sunny day for a camping trip. But for YouTuber Jod, known for his popular channel Hunting the Dead, this day was anything but normal. Jod has a deep fascination with the unknown, often exploring haunted places with a calm and fearless attitude. But tonight, that bravery is about to be pushed to its limit. He heads out alone into the infamous Skinwalker Forest, a place wrapped in mystery and dread. After parking his car, he walks into the woods, completely unaware of the eerie night that lies ahead.
This is that place. I started thinking to myself, and I'll tell you about the story here in a little while, but I started thinking to myself, dude, I should just leave one of these up and camp here tonight and see what happens. I mean, we got this place for a few days. Why not? Why ask why when we can say why not? So check this big tent out. Now, the only downside... Guys, there's somebody coming. Hold on, there's somebody coming. Nobody's supposed to be back here. Who the is that, bro? Hold on, there's somebody right there. There's somebody coming, guys. Hold on. Dude, what the is going on here? Bro, what? Who the hell is that? Hello? Hey. Who is that?
Out of nowhere, a car shows up, creeping toward Jod in the darkness. You can hear the fear in his voice as he takes off running toward his tent, hoping it'll keep him safe. But what he finds there is anything but safety.
Hello? Whoa! Hello? God, I think it's an animal. Shoot! Go! Go! Hitting the ground. What is hitting the ground gonna do? Jesus. Get out of here!
Someone touches his tent. At first, Jod assumes it's just an animal, but then wonders, could it be the people from that car he saw earlier? Trying to stay calm, he gathers his courage and steps outside to check it out, but the eerie feeling only grows stronger.
Dude, I might be freaking myself out, but I swear I just heard something. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
The strange noises from the forest keep getting louder, making Jod feel more and more uneasy. He heads back to his tent, but the eerie sounds don't let up. They seem to be trailing right behind him.
Listen. What's the scariest in the world, bro? When you can hear it, but you don't see it. Yo, who is that? Stop playing around with me. Who is that? Dude, what the going on? Stop, please. Please.
It's obvious that something unseen is messing with him, but why? Or maybe it's just an animal? No one really knows for sure.
Is that a pig? Is that a pig? Dude, there's an animal trying to get in down to the bottom of my thing. Oh my God. Please stop. Wait, what if it's not a pig? What if it's a skinwalker?
The sounds don't match any animal Jod has ever come across. So, who or what could it be? Finally, he gathers his courage to step outside and check it out. But when he does, there's nobody there.
Oh, where are you now, huh? Are you back here? Are you gonna run? You gonna run? Yeah, there's nobody back here. Hello? You've got to be kidding me. Hello?
He's left with a lot of uneasy questions. Were the people from the car just messing with him, or was it something way more sinister? Despite everything that happened, Jod stays in the forest all night, determined to get to the truth. Some viewers in the comments think it might have been a setup, but Jod's reactions felt real. What do you think? Ghost Hunter Villa, a team known for exploring paranormal hotspots, set off to investigate a remote, abandoned building said to be haunted, hidden deep in the wilderness. This wasn't just any old house. It carried a long history of strange occurrences, eerie lights, and unexplained activity. As the group approached the crumbling structure, they immediately sensed something was off. The building, left in disrepair for years, had bullet-riddled walls and shattered windows, an ideal setting for a ghost hunt. Though unsure of what they might encounter, they talked about the local legends, including glowing lights in the surrounding woods, and even alleged Bigfoot sightings.
Yep, something's here, right? Oh, this is creepy. Look at me. Everybody's in here. Come communicate. Now I got the body cam going. Please do not use toilet if the water is off. Thanks. So this is a woman's bathroom. This is new.
While exploring the shadowy rooms, the team came across fresh footprints, clear evidence that someone had been there not long ago. It was a shocking discovery, given how long the building had been abandoned. But things took an even more disturbing turn when they spotted a figure outside, a man in a white hazmat suit, standing still and silently watching them from a distance.
White hazmat suit on that guy's property. Holy cow.
On that guy's property?
No, that guy down there.
The team tried to keep watch, but when they glanced back, the figure had vanished. Feeling uneasy and puzzled, they continued their investigation, attempting to reason it out. Perhaps it was someone checking the area for contamination, or just a passerby. Still, something didn't sit right, and when the figure showed up again, it was clear this wasn't just a coincidence.
No, that's an hazmat suit. I zoomed up on her.
Did you see him turn around?
No.
Had something on him?
What's locked up in his cages? Dude, he's got a hood. Ow!
It was clear they weren't alone anymore, and what started as a routine investigation had taken a far more dangerous turn. Recognizing the risk, they decided to leave. But even after reviewing their footage, that eerie feeling stayed with them. It felt like they had only begun to uncover something far more disturbing. The mystery of the man in the hazmat suit and the strange events inside the building remained unresolved. If your dog begins growling at something invisible to you, it's a sign to be careful. Here's why. One morning, a girl was lying in bed when her dog suddenly focused on something near her bedroom door. Whatever the dog is seeing clearly scares her a lot. She's shaking and growling. Hoping it's nothing serious, the girl waits for a few minutes, but the dog keeps sensing something dangerous watching them from the doorway. It's well known that dogs and other pets can pick up on things humans can't, like high-frequency sounds and better vision in the dark. This man came close to being robbed at gunpoint. Thankfully, he got inside just in time and locked the door. A scary moment, but his quick thinking kept him safe. On January 22nd, a Swedish TikTok user named Den Fisken posted a video of himself heading into the forest alone at night. In the clip, he's trying to get a chainsaw started, maybe for some forestry stuff, while everything around him is super quiet and still. Then, out of nowhere, things take a weird turn as that heavy silence suddenly breaks. Then, out of nowhere, a super weird and seriously creepy sound breaks the silence from somewhere in the darkness. It's so shocking and out of place that Den just freezes on the spot, clearly terrified. People online started guessing what it could have been. Some said maybe a timber wolf, which would be scary enough on its own in the Swedish woods. But others thought it might be something much darker, even bringing up the Wendigo. Since then, there haven't been any updates about what made that sound, leaving everyone wondering what kind of creature, animal, or something way more sinister was hiding just outside the beam of his flashlight that night. Meet Joe, a popular YouTuber known for his exciting travel vlogs, fun challenges, and creepy visits to abandoned places. In this video, Joe and his close friend Henry head out to explore a huge millionaire's mansion that was built in 1856 and has been empty for the past 17 years. People in the area often say the place is haunted, which might be why no one has tried to fix it up. It's May 2nd, 2018, and night has already started when Joe and Henry reach the mansion. They go in through a broken gate and are met with complete silence. While they're excited to explore, there's a strange feeling in the air, and they have no idea the real mystery inside will be way more than they expected.
No. Oh no. Hiya. It's like, what is all...
This is mental. That's him.
That is him who lived here.
That's the doctor. Yeah, that died.
They walk through the large, crumbling rooms, which give off a creepy feeling. Still, they aren't scared, and choose to test if the mansion is really haunted by calling out to any spirits that might still be there.
Spirits, if you can hear me now, please could you play the piano? Repeat after me. If there is anybody here, please could you say hello?
Are you annoyed that your wife left? She just left you.
Out to the spirits of this house, if you can hear me, please can you repeat after me? What the f? Who's that? What? Who is that? Hello? Who is that?
What?
That went,
What?
it went, in there. Trust.
Shut.
Is there someone in there?
Wait, if there's somebody there, can you just let us know and we'll leave?
Yeah.
We'll leave.
Is there someone there?
A creepy moment follows, but it gets cut short by a strange noise. At first, they think it might be the radio, but then things start to feel weird. As they keep exploring, they begin to feel like something is around them. Strange sounds bounce through the empty rooms. Then, out of nowhere, a loud crash comes from the piano, scaring them. Was it just a bat or something more?
Bro. That was the piano. That was the piano, bro.
The piano just went.
That was the piano. Hello?
Things get even weirder when a light starts swinging on its own. Then, Joe's coat, which was hanging close by, suddenly moves like something invisible touched it.
The light's swinging.
Wait, is that not from
what?
from where I pushed it? Well,
You sure you hear it, mate? 'Cause it's still swinging.
yeah, no, I hit it with my hat. Right, it's getting light outside, it's about 4 AM now, but we need to see if my coat is still there. Right, let's have a look. So as I say, let's have a look. There seems to be what sounds like a female voice saying back. Right, let's have a look.
They try to explain it away, but the strange feeling only grows stronger. Around 4 a.m., as the sun begins to rise, Joe and Henry go to check the code again. That's when they hear what sounds like a woman's voice saying, "With the first light of dawn." After that, they leave the mansion, clearly affected by what happened. Even though they're still unsure about ghosts, they can't deny that something strange went on in there. The weird noises, whispers, and sudden events left them with more questions than answers. As they walk away from the property, the events of the night stay with them, leaving an uneasy feeling. One thing is clear: whatever was in that mansion, it's best not to bother it. The Reddit user 34103410 shared a creepy video saying he was hoping for a logical explanation, anything other than a ghost. According to his post, he was in Tucson, Arizona for a UFA basketball game and decided to crash on the couch afterward, relax, and grab some food. While filming his drunk friend just for fun, he noticed something strange. His friend's dog was staring off with a blank look on its face. And then, out of nowhere, something seriously weird happens.
You look dumb.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Busted.
I freaking wish I could have stayed there so much longer. Oh my god. This happens to me every time. I'm so sad.
Whoa.
What?
So somehow, the Redditor's shoe just flipped right side up on its own. Pretty weird and kinda creepy, honestly. Right now, everyone on Reddit is waiting to see if the original poster shares any updates or extra details that could explain what actually happened. Got any theories? Drop them in the comments. In the footage, a group broke into a house by smashing the glass door, unlocking it, and stepping inside.
One piece.
But the homeowner acted fast, confronting them and forcing them out. The suspects quickly ran off, jumped into a getaway car, and sped away. The next creepy camping story comes from the TikTok account WV Paranormal. It shows a moment that's hard to forget, caught on camera during a family vacation in the Appalachian region of the eastern US. It was August 25th, 2023. A father and his young daughter decided to take a quiet afternoon walk in the woods near their holiday bungalow. The day was calm, the woods beautiful, and he pulled out his phone to film a short clip for his wife. Just a small piece of their peaceful time away. But what was supposed to be a sweet moment quickly turned strange. While he was recording, his daughter suddenly pointed to the trees, saying she saw something that didn't belong.
What's over there?
Huh?
What's over there?
Where?
It's right there.
There's somebody over there. They ain't supposed to be in our woods. Who is that?
I don't know.
Do you see him?
Yeah. He's walking.
What is that?
No.
Man, we gotta... All right, hey, let's go up here and we'll turn around, all right?
The father tries to stay calm, not wanting to scare his daughter, but the camera shows something chilling behind the trees. A tall figure that looks a lot like Bigfoot, the legendary creature said to live in North America's forests. No other footage or details came out, so we're left with more questions than answers. All we can hope is that the father and daughter got back safely. So, what do you think they saw in those woods? The video comes from Carlo Paolozza, a YouTuber who focuses on urban exploration, checking out abandoned and often eerie spots. His channel dives into forgotten buildings, factories, and other mysterious, decaying places. He captured on February 7th, 2020, Josh and his friends head out to explore an abandoned house. They drive through Oshawa and Bowmanville to get there, finding signs someone might have been there recently, like smoke and the smell of weed. Inside, they spot bloodstains and hear strange noises, which start to freak them out. At one point, they even think they see someone moving around inside. Exploring the abandoned building, Carlo finds a long storage room filled with darkness, and he starts hearing crawling noises coming from inside. He calls out hello a few times, and you can clear, but the big question is, who or what was in there, and why were they hiding? This video was shared on the popular High Strangeness subreddit, a hub for content about the paranormal, UFOs, ancient cultures, and other oddities. Posted by user TruthIsFictionYT, the eerie footage, filmed in Colorado, initially shows a large, seemingly normal hill, but on closer inspection, something much more intriguing is revealed.
An elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it. An elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it.
According to the story, Sten Paka and his wife Shannon were traveling through Colorado to celebrate their 10th wedding anniversary. They rode the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad, a historic train. While on the last car, they claimed to have seen Bigfoot. In a video captured by another passenger and uploaded by Mr. Paka, a tall brown creature is seen walking and squatting before disappearing. The footage is grainy due to zooming. Mr. Paka said it didn't look or move like a human, resembling an ape, though not walking exactly like one. He noted its long arms that reached its knees and said, "It didn't look like anything I've ever seen before." He added that if it was a hoax, it was a convincing one. Theories about the sighting include a bear or a person in a ghillie suit. However, Mr. Paka questioned why someone would wear such a suit during elk hunting season without carrying a weapon. What do you think? Did Mr. Paka really see Bigfoot, or was it something else? A man knocked on Jack's door, and the moment Jack opened it, his dog lunged toward the visitor. Poor guy probably wasn't expecting to meet a furry missile. This camping story is from the YouTube channel The Bell Explorers. The Bell family loves adventure, whether it's exploring creepy old buildings or camping in weird places. But in this video, things are different. Joe, one of the family members, tries his first solo camp at Dungeness, a bleak and spooky coastal spot in Kent, England. It's Halloween night, October 31st, 2024, and Joe admits he's a bit nervous but also excited. The wind howls across the rocky shore as he finds a quiet place to set up his tent and get ready for the night.
I think we're going to head off this way. There's a lot of creepy crawlies and bugs down here, which isn't very nice. Right guys, that's the tent all pitched up, ready to go. How exciting. It's only an old tent I had laying around, but it does me okay. So nice and quick and easy.
Joe has his camp all set up and settles in for the night. As the sky fades from gold to gray, he tells the camera a few stories, some funny, some spooky, to fit the Halloween mood. So far, everything's fine, even though he feels a bit uneasy alone in such a weird, empty place. But Joe stays positive, reminding himself that fear is part of the adventures and why he's doing this solo trip. As the last bit of light disappears and darkness closes in, the feeling of being alone gets stronger. And just as he decides to call it a night and zip himself into his tent, the calm breaks. From here on out, things are only going to get weirder.
Right guys, we're in the tent. It's getting a bit creepy outside. I thought I heard a few noises here and there, but I'll just put it down to animals, I think, because you know, it's a bit nasty out there. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna because there's not a lot else I can do, I think I'm going to get my head down because it's now 11:30. So, what was that? Did you hear that, guys? What's that? What's that noise? It sounded close to the tent.
Joe was already on edge, and the strange rustling sounds outside only made it worse. His heart pounded as he tried to figure out what to do. Finally, feeling like he had no choice, he unzipped the tent and peeked outside, but there was nothing there. No movement, no glowing eyes, no wind stirring the dry brush, just the creepy silence of Dungeness at night. Trying to calm himself, Joe decided it was probably just an animal, maybe a fox or a rabbit, and his nerves were making it seem bigger than it was. He climbed back into his tent, listening to every little sound until sleep finally took over. But the night wasn't done yet. Just when Joe finally fell into a deep sleep, something jolted him awake. Joe was shocked by what happened. He took a moment to calm down, his heart pounding. When he finally looked outside, there was nothing there. No footprints, no voices, nothing. With a growing sense of fear, he decided to leave right away. He grabbed only what he needed, leaving his tent behind to get later when it felt safer. Joe made it home, but the night haunted him. His first solo camp wasn't about the views or the peace. It was about realizing he wasn't really alone. So, what do you think was out there? Just the wind, prankster, or something else? Joe still doesn't know. On April 21st, 2025, a Reddit user called Wrestling is Real shared a creepy experience from a camping trip with a friend in the Scottish countryside. The trip was going smoothly, just two friends enjoying nature and a break from everyday life. But things took a turn. While they were out picking up some supplies for the last few days, they passed a large abandoned building. Suddenly, they heard a loud, echoing bang coming from inside. Curious but a bit worried, they decided to investigate. At first, they couldn't tell where the noise was coming from, but then they noticed a window boarded up with old wooden planks, and that's where the sound was coming from.
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Mate. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go. It's a fucking ghost.
There's nothing else there.
Of course, the two friends were totally confused. There wasn't a single breeze that day, no wind at all. And if you watch the video carefully, you'll see there's no movement or figure behind the boards. Nothing that could explain such a loud bang. You can hear in the clip that they're both shaking, and they quickly come to a spooky conclusion. It had to be something supernatural, a ghost, or something that just can't be explained. Funeral homes are usually seen as peaceful, respectful places where families can grieve without added stress. They're meant to offer comfort and support during tough times. But when ghosts are supposedly caught on camera in these spaces, things take a turn. That calm, healing atmosphere quickly turns eerie, and suddenly it feels like something or someone might still be hanging around. Check out this creepy clip and see how a normal funeral home might not be as quiet as it seems. This looks like one of those situations where the spirit wasn't trying to hurt anyone, just causing a bit of harmless chaos by knocking stuff over. Still, the video definitely has a creepy vibe. What do you think's actually going on here? Do you think it's possible that spirits might hang around funeral homes? If that's the case, let's just hope that if you ever visit one, you don't bump into anything like this. Looks like the guy in the white t-shirt thinks his neighbor took one of his packages, so he came over to confront her. Let's see how this plays out.
I don't get. Don't get away from my door. Don't say nothing to me no more. You get away from my door. I know you're lying. Lying on your mother. What? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You touch me? You touched my door. You said my mother. You said my mother. Get away from my door, Pete. You said my mother. Pete, get away from my door. Get away from my door. Stop my door. What do you do that for? Don't push my door. Lucky about what? You idiot. What? You're on camera, idiot. That's what I said. On camera? But still, you're wrong. Call the police. You're deaf? Call the police. You're wrong. You. Don't come to my door with I'm not one. And keep on call the police, idiot. My mother's not no idiot. Look where am I in life. Don't come to my door. Like your mother, as I said. Don't come to my door. You come and ask a question. You don't come at my door with attitude. No package came for you at my door. I got money. I don't need to steal no money. Yo, let me talk to sister.
The owner said the guy was trespassing and showed the cops ring footage from the previous day, along with the Amazon delivery receipt. In Albuquerque, a tense and alarming situation unfolded when deputies encountered two young brothers, ages 9 and 7, armed with a loaded gun in a neighbor's backyard.
Put it down for me, okay?
You're not in trouble, but you have to drop that.
Drone footage showed the older boy concealing the weapon while his younger brother tried to take it from him, leading to a struggle between the two.
Drop it, buddy.
Put it down, babe.
It's okay. You're not in trouble, buddy.
Despite deputies calmly instructing them to drop the gun and reassuring them they weren't in trouble, the boys didn't comply. Wearing Minecraft and Star Wars pajamas, the children continued to argue over the firearm.
Can you put it down for me?
Just put it down.
Fearing someone could get hurt, deputies fired a non-lethal rubber bullet that landed between them.
Drop it! Drop it!
Shockingly, the 9-year-old aimed the gun at officers and pulled the trigger, but it misfired. A second rubber round was deployed, allowing officers to move in and disarm the boys safely.
Drop it now.
I don't have the. I don't have the.
Sheriff John Allen later revealed that police had responded to the children's home around 50 times in the past, and that their father, who is currently in prison, had taught them how to handle firearms.
This could have turned out in the worst nightmare for the whole nation, for those deputies there. They're still reeling and having to deal with this, that they might have had to use deadly force in a 7 and a 9-year-old. But there's been violence in the home. We know that the father who is incarcerated now taught them how to use the firearm. Bottom line, that saved 2 children's lives. It gave real-time information to our deputies to make sure that we're, preserving life.
Although the boys remain in their mother's care for now, the sheriff is seeking to have them placed in foster care. While no one has been arrested yet, criminal charges are expected as the investigation continues. Officials credit the deputies' calm response and drone technology for preventing what could have been a devastating tragedy. James runs a YouTube channel called Under the Weather, known for solo camping in haunted forests across the UK. Calm and skeptical, he rarely gets scared, but this night in Devil's Wood, he faced something he wasn't ready for.
Daylight, and I'm in a very precarious place, so I need to try and get some wood. Wood, and it's for a fire, but as you can see, there's a lot of wetness around. I'm camped right next to a river. Tent's already up because, as I said, losing daylight.
As daylight fades, James sets up camp by a quiet river. It's beautiful but unsettling, wet, remote, and silent except for the stream. He gathers wood, sets up his tent, and starts dinner. That's when a strange sound breaks the silence.
Right. Let's try this out.
At first, he thinks it's just animals or shifting rocks in the river, normal night sounds. But then the pattern changes. It's less random, more deliberate. James stops. The hair on his neck stands up.
Ow. There will be little animals scratching around, but and also so when you're camping right next to a river, stream, whatever it is, you'll hear rocks going through the night, and your brain will tell you that's someone coming to get you, but it's literally rocks just kind of being pushed down by the weight of the water. So I think, what the hell? Turn this. I think I just turn this. Hello, is there? Anybody there? Hello? Hello?
He calls out, thinking he's imagining it, but the forest stays silent. Only the fires crackle and the rustle of trees. Then, in the beam of his flashlight, something moves.
Oof. What's that?
Between 2 trees, he sees a figure in red watching from the shadows. James freezes. When he shines his light back, the figure is gone. Rattled but trying to stay calm, he decides to stay. He hardly sleeps that night, always watching the trees, waiting to see it again, but it never comes back. At sunrise, James packs up and leaves Devil's Wood, but the image of that red figure stays with him. Meet Jordan and Johnny, 2 best friends who share a love for the paranormal. Together, they run a YouTube channel called Paranormies, where they explore some of the scariest and most haunted places in the world. They've caught everything from ghostly figures in empty hotels to strange whispers in old churches, all with cameras rolling and nerves of steel. But this time is different. For the first time, Johnny is going in alone, spending the night by himself in a long-abandoned house near Ninit, Manitoba. It's a place they've checked out before, and it never felt right. This falling-apart building used to be part of an old sanatorium and has become known for local legends, especially the story of a shadowy figure seen watching from the top windows long after the place was left to rot. Every visit has only made the mystery deeper. Now, Johnny is back on his own, hoping to spark even more activity. It's May 8th, 2022, and the sun has just gone down as he steps inside. With all his gear ready and cameras recording, he quickly gets set up, but almost right away, a heavy, uneasy feeling takes over.
No, not a threat. Straight ahead. There's caves here. Holy. Oh my god. It starts going nuts.
Johnny tells himself that fear can mess with your head, especially in creepy places like this. But even with that in mind, he still feels like something invisible is watching him. The farther he goes into the house, the heavier the air feels, almost like the walls are closing in. But this is exactly why he came, to face whatever might be out there. Hoping that switching rooms might help him feel better, he walks into another part of the house. Instead, the feeling gets even worse. What Johnny doesn't know is that one of his still cameras has already caught something unusual.
Can you come in front of this baby and touch it or make it go off? If you go in front of it, it'll make a noise. Light it up once so that I know you're here. There's no way. This is the only switch for that. Creepy. I'm knocking at this. Oh my god.
It's something he won't see until he goes through the footage later, and maybe that's for the best. In the moment, the energy in the house keeps changing, growing more intense.
No way.
This part of the house feels darker, heavier, and almost angry, like it doesn't want him inside. Every part of Johnny wants to get out, but he's determined to stay. He came here to make it through the night, even if sleeping is no longer an option. And then, something happens.
What the? Other? What the is that?
Suddenly, loud banging echoes through the house. There's no clear source and no reason for it, just the kind of unexplained noise that turns fear into full panic. Johnny starts to lose his calm. He needs to get outside, take a breath, and clear his head, but as he tries to leave, things get worse. In his hurry, he realizes he can't find his most important gear. The place feels different now, like the house has shifted, like it's trying to trap him. Confused and on edge, Johnny rushes to grab whatever he can.
No way.
This is where it all becomes too much. Tired, scared, and completely overwhelmed, Johnny grabs the most important gear and makes a run for it. His heart races as he dashes to the car, finally getting away into the night. He knows he'll return with Jordan in the daylight to pick up the rest. As he drives off, a mix of feelings hits him. Relief that he's safe, frustration that he couldn't stay the whole night, and a strange sense of accomplishment for the footage he captured during his terrifying solo experience. One thing's for sure, Johnny will never forget this night. A guy named Matt is running a big machine in this video, and it looks like he's handling it just fine. But then, out of nowhere, the video takes a really dark twist that you definitely won't expect. Check it out.
Anyway, it's pretty cool. What the hell? No. No, 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 no. Wait, there's nothing there.
At this point, Matt is totally convinced he just ran someone over, saying nothing else could make the loader react that violently. He keeps repeating no over and over, clearly freaked out that he might have seriously hurt someone. He gets out of the loader to check if the person's okay, but finds no one there. Then, when he looks at the monitor, he spots a figure, maybe a person or something paranormal, briefly moving at the bottom of the screen, seemingly heading right toward the camera. After that, Matt got out of there as fast as he could. In Milwaukee, a 10-year-old boy is accused of intentionally causing the death of his mother, Quiana Mann.
Still surprised when there's this thing around. Usually it's quiet neighbor.
I think the biggest misconception is that it was over a VR Oculus headset.
He just asked me how I'm doing and stuff like that.
The tragic event happened in a quiet neighborhood and left the community in shock. At first, the boy told police the shooting was an accident while he was playing with the weapon. But later, he admitted to his aunt that he had deliberately aimed and fired the weapon because he was angry that his mother woke him up early and wouldn't let him order a virtual reality headset from Amazon.
It was recommended by his treatment providers that cell phones, electronic devices be limited because of the violent games that he was playing. So she was literally following his treatment plan when she decided to take his electronic devices, and that is what upset him.
Investigators say the boy used his mother's keys to open a locked gun safe, took a shooting stance, and fired the gun. He claimed he wanted to scare her, but she walked in front of him and he shot her. Family members told authorities the boy had long-standing anger and behavioral issues, including harming animals, starting a house fire, and being diagnosed with a serious mental health condition. His mother had even installed surveillance cameras in the home out of concern, but those had been unplugged 2 weeks before the incident.
He calls daily, and we have talks. He's not expressed any remorse to me.
Everybody loved her.
Did you ever think your grandson, your nephew, would be capable of something like this?
But I knew he was capable of something, but not this harsh.
We just don't know like what his mental state is and what he's capable of.
We have to sleep at night, and he's a roamer. He likes to roam at night. So I don't know. I'd be a little scared.
The boy is now charged as an adult with intentional homicide and is being held in custody.
Anytime there's violence that happens in Milwaukee, whether it's committed by somebody who's 10 years old or much older than that, that gives me pause. I don't want to see anybody hurt or lose their lives in the city. In this particular case, I don't have the details just yet. This is something that is just coming to my attention just this week.
His family believes he should remain detained as they are concerned for their safety and say he has not shown any remorse. A Turkish family, Evet Saya and their kids, who run the YouTube channel Outdoor Family, shared this video. They usually document their peaceful nature adventures, camping in beautiful mountains, relaxing by quiet lakes, with a warm and lighthearted vibe. Their content is generally fun, informative, and uplifting. But in this video, things suddenly took a tense turn. Still, they decided to share the whole experience with their viewers. It was March 14th, 2024. The family had spent a perfect day camping camping in the mountains with their new tent set up and the smell of barbecue still in the cool air. The mood was great. They played games, enjoyed time together, and eventually went to sleep surrounded by peaceful nature sounds. But the calm didn't last. In the middle of the night, they were jolted awake by a loud, strange noise. Fortunately, they'd set up a trail camera just outside their tent, something they did regularly as a precaution. This time, that small safety measure proved invaluable, because what the camera caught was not only unexpected, but deeply unsettling. At first, the sounds were hard to pinpoint, low growls and rustling in the bushes. But soon, the family realized a pack of jackals, or possibly wolves, was circling just outside their tent. The thin tent fabric offered a little protection, but they all knew how unpredictable and dangerous these animals could be. Staying completely still and silent, they hoped the animals would lose interest and leave. Every minute felt like forever, and the tension inside the tent was thick. Eventually, the growling stopped and the forest fell silent again. But the adrenaline rush made it almost impossible to sleep. When dawn finally broke over the mountains, the family came out tired but unharmed. Their first thought was to check the trail camera to see if it had recorded what happened. When they watched the footage, it was far more intense than they had expected. They felt a mix of nervousness and curiosity as they realized just how close the animals had been, prowling mere steps from where they lay silently. It was a chilling thought. Luckily, their tent was enough to keep the jackals away and protect them through the night. No harm came to them, but the tension and adrenaline were very real, keeping them awake until dawn. Chris, from the YouTube channel Urbex Hill, is known for checking out all kinds of abandoned spots across the US. This time, he's out exploring an old, rundown school, and he's doing it in the middle of the night. Not much is known about the place, but it's clear it's way past its prime. For the first few minutes, things seem pretty calm, nothing too spooky. But around the 7-minute mark, while walking through a long, dark hallway, Chris hears something that completely chills him to the bone.
Was that? What the hell was that?
Even with that creepy noise, Chris doesn't back down. He keeps going with the exploration. For about 20 minutes, things stay quiet and calm. But, as you'd probably guess, something else is about to happen that's gonna really freak Chris out.
What was that? What the hell was that noise?
Then, just 3 minutes later, as Chris gets close to an old lunch bag or something like that on the floor, he hears another noise, one that definitely makes him realize he might not be alone in there.
This is where the string goes. Somebody's down there.
Unfortunately, this is where part 1 of Chris's investigation ends, so we'll just have to wait and hope for more answers soon. For now, what do you guys think is behind all those strange noises in the school? Could it be the ghost of a vengeful student, or maybe just a homeless person? The Proper People is a YouTube channel where Jonathan and Brian explore abandoned and restricted locations. They visit places like decaying hospitals, factories, old theme parks, and mansions, showcasing the spooky beauty of these sites while sharing the thrill and difficulties of sneaking into them. On January 13th, 2018, Italy took off, hoping to avoid getting caught, and luckily they made it out safe and unharmed. A TikTok user who goes by Ghost Club Paranormal. She shared that by day 3 of living in her new place, things were already getting weird. She was home alone and started noticing something strange, specifically a rocking chair. At first glance, it looked totally normal, just your average old chair, but then it started doing something off. That's when things got creepy. Take a look.
Okay, I just had to go into the kitchen to get my phone, but I was just walking by this hallway. That chair is clearly broken by itself. I just heard a noise come from over there. There's no drafts. There's no fan. There's somebody here. Can you make a banging noise for me? I heard a knock from the kitchen, but oh my god, it's nothing.
How could this even happen unless someone had just been sitting in the chair moments before she hit record? That's the weird part. She swears the video is 100% real and says she has no clue how or why the chair started moving by itself. Let's just hope she eventually figures out what's going on and can get back to living peacefully in her new home. A heartbreaking case in Newton County, Georgia, took a significant step forward when authorities arrested 16-year-old Jaden Daniel, who had been on the run since May 13th for allegedly killing his stepfather, 41-year-old David Gay, affectionately known as Tank.
I feel like a load has been lifted. I feel light now. I feel like I'm at peace, knowing that his is not hiding and running anymore.
U.S. Marshals, along with the Newton County Sheriff's Office, located and captured Daniel in DeKalb County. His arrest brought a sense of relief to Gay's grieving family. His sister, Talisha Billingsley, described the news as the best birthday gift she could have received and said she now feels a sense of peace knowing Daniel is no longer at large.
He did not turn himself in. He probably wasn't planning on turning himself in. But God has a way of doing things. You can hide, but you cannot hide from God.
Daniel faces charges of murder and aggravated assault and will be prosecuted as an adult due to the seriousness of the crime. The family views his arrest as a crucial first step toward justice and closure.
He should be. We deserve that. We deserve the justice that we've been looking for. We deserve answers, and he should be. Because we can't get Tank back.
He will be trialed as an adult since it is a case.
David Gay's father paid tribute to his son by taking a ride on the motorcycle they once planned to enjoy together.
He will always be with me anywhere I go, especially when I'm on it.
Investigators have not yet confirmed whether anyone helped Daniel avoid capture or if the $8,000 reward for information will be claimed. As the legal process moves forward, the family is beginning to find some comfort and healing in knowing that justice is underway. A Reddit user named Extra Dimension 276 posted a short video called Terrifying Sounds in Eastern Canada. The footage captures a spooky, tense atmosphere deep in the forest, but what makes it unique is the creepy exploration of remote, hidden caves located far out in the wilderness.
What's that? I heard some.
In the full video, a man goes deeper into the forest, attracted by strange noises coming from the trees. At first, he thinks it's just a pileated woodpecker, but when the sounds continue way longer than they should and don't stop, his curiosity quickly turns into fear. The video ends suddenly at that tense moment, leaving viewers wondering what happened next. To this day, it's unclear if he got out safely. Whatever was making those sounds remains unknown, but the terror in his voice was unmistakable, pure, genuine fear, like something unseen was getting closer. Maybe he made it out, maybe he didn't, but that question lingers with anyone who watches. Some mysteries might be better left unanswered. In this video, Frank finally checks out a huge abandoned mansion that he's been wanting to explore for a long time, but it doesn't take long before he starts to feel like maybe coming here wasn't the best idea. It's August 10th, 2024. As Frank gets closer to the mansion, he already feels a heavy atmosphere. The area has a rough reputation, with crime, theft, and strange happenings being pretty common. Still, he stays focused, moving carefully, and not letting fear or stories stop him. And just as he nears the old house, the real investigation begins.
So I've just made it into, yet again, another dangerous part of town. But this is how I like it. I am so happy to be back in the zone right now. But I have to be very, very careful because there's a lot of thieves and a lot of choros and bandits all over this place. But I've made it into the abandoned mansion area. This is the location that I'm at. I'm hoping that I don't have any visitors here. I was looking up on Google Maps and I found it. Oh. Oh. I thought I just got alive. Holy shit, it scared the hell out of me. I legit thought somebody just came out of one of the houses and just started at me. This is the entrance to the mansion. Look at this place. I'm getting nervous, so I'm starting to get a little bit hot.
Frank finally steps inside the mansion. At first, it looks like many of the other abandoned places he's explored. Walls with peeling wallpaper, broken ceilings, and old signs of the people who once lived there. The house is quiet with a heavy stillness hanging in the air, like its past is trapped in the walls. But as Frank walks further into the dark hallways and damaged rooms, he starts to feel that something about this place just isn't right.
And there's red stains on the door. And there's more suspicious red stains on the wall. What the hell is that? What scares me with this is that this definitely looks like real blood. And this too. Looks like somebody was like putting their bloody hand around the wall, like they were waiting in here for a while. What's even more interesting is this. What the hell is this? If you guys have any idea what this is, let me know. But this is disgusting. It even stinks in this room. Hola?
It turns out Frank's instincts were right. Something felt wrong. A strong feeling of being watched came over him, like someone, or something, hidden in the shadows was following his every step. He couldn't shake the thought that he wasn't alone. But even with that heavy feeling in his gut, Frank's curiosity was stronger than his fear. No matter what or who was in there, he was set on finding out.
Uno, dos.
This thing just went off. I want to make sure nobody walked in here. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it to night vision for now and keep exploring down the hall. But ironically, I feel a little bit more safer when it's all dark because nobody sees me with a light on. Listen. The thing went off again. What the hell is up with this thing? I can't see it. I'm gonna have to turn on my light. There it is. I'm gonna take this with me. In fact, I'm gonna put this right here. I don't know if this thing is defected or what, but this is the only toy.
The toy making sounds by itself left Frank feeling a mix of things. Part of him was slightly relieved. It didn't seem like someone else was hiding in the building trying to scare him, but that feeling didn't last. If no one else was there, then the big question was, what or who was setting the toy off?
Switched over to my other camera. I thought I felt safer, completely dark. I lied. I definitely do not. Hola? Hola? I literally saw what looked like an arm. It looked like a kid's arm just pushed the door open. That's the room I just came from. Oh my god. The hell is that?
Frank wasn't completely sure what he had just witnessed, but his camera caught it clearly. A small arm, like a child's, pushing the door open before disappearing into the darkness a few seconds later. With his heart pounding and every instinct telling him to leave, he paused for a moment, then stepped outside to catch his breath and calm down. From outside, he hoped he might see some movement through the windows, or prove to himself that what he saw was just his imagination.
See if I got any movement. That's that whole hallway. And then right here is the big window. What the hell is that? Oh, that look. Oh. Hold on. Oh my god, this thing. I'm sorry, I walked into a plant. You could see the difference in temperature right here on the window. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off my light. I can't see anything. Hold on. I'm gonna turn it back on. I can't see anything. I legit just saw a kid staring at me. I thought it was something else, like an illusion or something reflecting, but it moved. It moved right in there, and if you look to the side, it doesn't seem to be anything. Check this room here. Look, what? Look at this. Oh, I'm sorry, this camera's a little bit weird. There's literally handprints, little kid handprints all over the window. I am 100% convinced that there is a kid inside this building. Or a ghost of one. But I just seen it right here, peeking right out, and then went right back in. That's that whole hallway. And then right here is the big window. What the hell is that?
Now that Frank was sure he had seen a child inside the abandoned house, he didn't waste a second and went straight to the security guard who had led him onto the property. But to his surprise, the guard wasn't shocked. He already knew about reports of children being seen in and around the house. Still, no one had ever actually found one or been able to help. One thing was certain, no child should be near a place like that, especially at night. The whole experience left Frank deeply uneasy, not wanting to scare the child even more, and feeling unsure of what else he could do. He chose to leave. He was filled with regret that he couldn't help and sadness at the idea that someone or something might still be inside, waiting. The night ended quietly, but Frank couldn't stop thinking about it, and with no real answers, both he and thousands of viewers were left with a haunting mystery that led to endless questions and theories. A young child is seen wandering around their bedroom not long after waking up from a nap. It's 7 p.m., an odd time for the child to be awake, since the mother says they usually sleep through the night. At first, it just seems like a normal moment, but the footage quickly takes a strange turn. What happens next leaves the mother certain that something about this incident isn't right. Since the child can only babble, there's no way to get a clear explanation. But here's what the security camera captured. It's only been 4 months since the family moved into their new home, but they're already dealing with something they can't explain. In the recorded footage, a voice is clearly heard, one that definitely isn't the child's, especially since the little one can only babble at this stage. Yet somehow, a mysterious voice comes through. The mother, clearly shaken by the strange voice, which sounds like a little girl talking to her son, decided to share the video, hoping someone could explain what was going on. The situation only got creepier when more footage showed her son's legs being seemingly pulled off the bed. Viewers have started speculating that something supernatural might be going on. But in the end, it's up to you to decide, was this a ghost caught on camera, or is there a more logical explanation? This video was shared by TikTok user Johnny Grin on January 13th, 2023. It shows him walking alone through the Appalachian Mountains late at night, something most people wouldn't dare to do, and for good reason. At first, everything seems fine as Johnny explores the area, but that peaceful moment doesn't last long. Out of nowhere, he hears a terrifying noise nearby that completely changes the tone of his adventure. lot of people in the comments are thinking the same thing. That creepy sound Johnny heard sounded just like a skinwalker. What do you think it could have been? Was it something real or just a hoax? This guy claimed he lost a penny in the homeowner's bushes, and instead of just letting it go like most people would, he actually got upset.
Get back! You're gonna get half your house ripped off. You little kid. Back! I got 35s in our head. Me tomorrow, watch. Watch. You're gonna either pay me my money or fire you. He does. He already agreed to it. You have a choice. Back! Then he better stop. Back! Why is he raping this little girl in the front yard? Who?
Jokes aside, it's still private property. He had no reason to be there. Victoria Schaefer, a photographer and mother of 4, lost her life in a tragic accident at an Ohio state park while taking senior photos. On Labor Day, 2 17-year-old boys, Jordan Buckley and Jaden Church-Heus, intentionally pushed a 70-pound log off a cliff, which struck Schaefer as she stood below. The impact was so severe that it killed her instantly and broke her camera.
I hope that someday you will find it in your heart to forgive me.
Although people nearby called 911, there was nothing they could do to save her. The teens were later arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter, to which both pleaded guilty.
Tree branch fell on her. Slow down. I can't understand you. What happened? A tree branch fell on her.
She's not moving. She got her head like with a log. I think she's. There's no call.
During the court hearing, Buckley addressed Schaefer's family, expressing deep regret and saying he hoped to live in a way that would honor her memory.
How do you plead? I plead guilty now.
Church-Heus also admitted guilt, and both are awaiting sentencing.
I understand that my actions that day has caused your family's life to change. And my hope from all of this is to use this trauma to learn and live the rest of my life in a way that will honor the Schaefers.
Schaefer's website is still online, highlighting her love for photography and how it allowed her to spend meaningful time with her children. Mikolenko is a top-level ghost hunter known for getting rid of ghosts better than anyone else. He only takes jobs that pay a huge amount because he knows his skills are rare, and the job in this video paid over $2,000. He had recently taken a break from ghost hunting after failing one job, which made him lose confidence. But after realizing he couldn't live without ghost hunting, he returned strongly, and these clips show him working in a haunted house.
Что-то у меня, блядь, не упал.
For some unknown reason, the TV started shaking wildly, and when Mikolenko heard the noise from the next room, he went to check it out. While looking into it, the TV tipped over and something unexpected appeared. A golden cross. This was actually a good sign for Mikolenko. It showed that the house still had some purity left, meaning it would be easier to remove the spirit. But before doing that, he had to collect more proof of the ghost's presence. The best place to do that was the mine shaft under the house, where the spirit's former body, Andre, had been buried. Going there turned out to be the right decision.
Здесь очень-очень холодно. Что такое? Блин. Какой-то шум. Что это сейчас было? Андрей! Андрей, ты здесь?
Она ушла.
А где ты? Твоя могила здесь?
Да.
Mishalenko used a special box that was said to translate the ghost's words. The spirit kept saying it wasn't in the room with him. He kept asking it over and over if it could see the light. And finally, after being asked many times, it replied with the word yes. At that moment, the ghost of a young child who looked nothing like 30-year-old Andre ran across the camera. This proved to Mishalenko how truly haunted the place was. 2 weeks later, the house was cleared of the spirit and Mikalenko got his $2,000 for completing the job. This was a good outcome, especially considering how haunted the place had been. Back in July 2021, an anonymous TikTok user posted a short clip called Horror Encounter. It shows a couple out in the woods chopping wood when something seriously creepy suddenly goes down. Out of nowhere, they started hearing these strange, unsettling noises in the air. Acting on instinct, they took off toward a nearby shelter to get away from whatever it was. It felt like something was chasing them, something unknown and ready to attack. But even after they made it to the shelter, things didn't calm down. Whatever it was kept slamming against the walls, making everything even more terrifying. The video cuts off suddenly, and we never find out what happened next. The big question still hangs in the air. What were those things? And were they even real? Since the video was randomly posted by an anonymous TikTok user, it's tough to say if it's legit or just made for clicks. There's barely any info about the clip or the person behind it, so the whole thing remains a mystery. In Pomona, California, a couple was violently attacked by two teenagers during what was supposed to be a routine online sale. Eduardo Reyes had arranged to sell an iPad through the OfferUp app and agreed to meet the buyer, who claimed they would be accompanied by their mother.
I was selling an iPad on offer. I thought it was a kid because they informed me they were going to be coming out with their mom.
However, the meeting quickly turned dangerous. As Reyes turned with the iPad, one of the teens pulled a gun on him, leading to a physical struggle that was recorded by his Tesla's cameras.
It completely took a turn and they started trying to steal it from me.
Reyes tried to keep the teens' attention on him to protect his wife. During the altercation, he was pistol whipped and his wife was thrown to the ground when she tried to call for help.
When I grabbed the iPad and I turned around, one of them had a gun pointed at me. I was also like, I don't know if this gun is real or not. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
The teens fled with the iPad, leaving Reyes injured and needing 7 staples in his head.
Now definitely that I've seen the video and I know it was a real and they had bullets, maybe just let it go.
Although police later recovered his wife's stolen phone, the iPad was never found.
We want to remind people to always pick a safe location, a well-lit area like your local police station or sheriff's station, and always bring a friend or a family member.
Despite having completed over 50 transactions through the app, the couple now says they will only meet in safer, more public places, such as police stations.
Oh yeah, we sell all the time. It's like crazy.
Yes, I probably meet like a police station or somewhere way more public, Starbucks.
Authorities are urging others to do the same and use secure, well-monitored areas when conducting online exchanges. In a heartbreaking incident in Ohio, 10-year-old Joseph McVeigh is accused of fatally shooting his mother, 46-year-old Deborah McVeigh, after a dispute over a household chore, bringing in firewood. The boy reportedly became furious and shot his mother in the back of the head.
911, what is your emergency?
His 15-year-old sister, Shauna, witnessed the shooting and said Joseph then pointed the gun at her before running to a neighbor's house, where he confessed and asked them to call 911.
He was just like standing there, like looking at her body, and then pointed the gun at me. And then I like begged him not to look at me, and then he ran down to the neighbors, and then he told him to call 911. I heard and then Mom, she just looked at me and fell to the ground.
Their grandmother, who lived nearby, also called for help.
911, what is your emergency? My daughter's been shot. Hey.
Police discovered 6 firearms in Joseph's bedroom, including a loaded rifle and a 12-gauge gun. The family, who live in a rural area, said they were used to having guns in the house, though Deborah had expressed concern about her son having access to them.
We are a country family with stuff around the house. It's just part of our family, and it come back on us.
Relatives described Deborah as a loving mother who also worked as a caregiver for disabled individuals. They acknowledged that Joseph had shown troubling behavior recently, including lashing out at school staff, but they were shocked by the tragic outcome.
My mother was the best mother I could ask for, anyone could ask for. I know my brother didn't mean to kill his mama.
Joseph is being charged as a juvenile and could remain in state custody until at least age 21 if found guilty. His court-appointed lawyer has entered a plea of not guilty on his behalf. The case has raised serious concerns about child mental health. Exploring with Josh is a channel where Josh takes viewers on journeys through some of the world's most fascinating, and often creepy, abandoned places. With every adventure, he captures every detail, inviting his audience to experience the thrill of discovery and the eerie beauty of forgotten spots. In this particular video, Josh and his friends didn't just visit a unique location. They planned to spend the night there. Their destination was the infamous Aokigahara Forest in Japan. This dense, quiet woodland at the base of Mount Fuji has a dark history that goes back decades. Its nickname comes from the many tragic events that have happened there, and many believe the forest is haunted by the restless spirits of those who died within it. With a reputation like that, it's no surprise Josh and his friends were drawn to explore it. They expected a spooky, maybe even unsettling night, but nothing could have prepared them for what they ended up experiencing. Something they'll never forget.
So before the video starts, I just want to give a brief message. Suicide is everywhere. It's all over the world, not just in this one area. It's a serious thing. We're not here goofing around looking for dead bodies, pretty much. We're here to experience it, document it, and just give history on this place, because it is a serious matter.
On April 20th, 2019, Josh and his friends reached the edge of the forest, where an intense silence greeted them. The uneasy feeling grew stronger, almost as if the forest was aware of them, watching their every move. Their curiosity kept them going, but the excitement they had soon gave way to discomfort.
So that's where the no entry was. We just crossed it now. At any point in time, we're just gonna pull off and turn to where we think something may actually be. It could be people's items, tents, lost shoes, anything could be here. Look at this, they don't even maintain this. Trees are falling down all over here.
long rope to a tree up ahead.
No
and I also
way.
found a couple
Oh my god.
cans down in the cave.
Wait. Okay, here's what we found.
You just think he's going lay up there.
Let's follow it.
What's over here?
Now we found a pink ribbon. It's going far down. Jeez.
No, I think they set it up to get their way back if they decided not to.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. If you get lost, you're supposed to tie ribbons and stuff here.
These guys just left a giant rope.
All right, it ends right here. Oh no! Oh my God! It keeps going.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Oh, someone left an umbrella.
Holy sh!
All right, just an umbrella.
Yeah, but see, it could be honestly more. It could have been like someone who's.
The tension only grew when they stumbled upon some belongings. They had just entered the infamous part of the forest, but their curiosity pushed them forward despite their fear. Still, they knew they had to stay extra cautious. Getting lost in these vast woods was way too easy.
You want to go down there more and then follow the track just in case they might have went down there? It's thick through here, but we're just gonna see if we can find anything.
Okay, it kind of works.
The compass is working right now?
Yeah, compass still works.
Okay, good.
That direction is north.
We're using a compass to get our way out. Right now, we lost all signal on our phones and everything.
What's so cool about it?
Yeah, what's weird about it is it's like all these underground random tunnels are all over the place. We're coming across some stuff now. We got some ribbons tied to the trees. We got a green one right there and a blue one. Let's make sure there's like, if there's anyone in there, let's make sure they're okay. Oh yeah, their campsite. We're gonna go check out the campsite right now. It's the same ribbon that we found from the pathway led all the way in here to the campsite. This place is no joke. I'm already feeling like so weird here. Like I'm getting these airy, dark vibes. Like I can like, yeah, like I can, ooh, like I can feel it inside me. It's like unexplainable. I can't really explain it, but it's no joke. The guy, whoever it was, with the ribbon, must have just been pacing himself around, just thinking if he actually wanted to do it or not. But here's all I found. Left, at least. Maybe he drew that before he did it. A bottle, of course. I don't know how recent this was. No one knows. Jesus Christ, dude.
That might have been the last thing someone had.
Yeah, this could have been. Their umbrella's right there, their drink.
But it looks like a children's umbrella, this one.
And we're coming across what we think is another campsite. Let's go. Ugh. Yeah, here's another campsite we just found following that white ribbon. Looks honestly like fresh still. Although there must have been a fire going on right here. But what's weird too is this. The only pink tree that we've seen here, just in the middle of nowhere.
Every part of the forest seemed to tell a forgotten story. The haunting beauty of the place, combined with its tragic history, was impossible to ignore. Drawn in by the silence and mystery, they kept exploring, unaware that the most unsettling moment was still to come.
Okay, this is our first tent we just found. Look at this. Yeah, the whole tent has been dismantled. It's probably been sitting here for a very long time. Unbelievable. Whoa. Their hat is here too. What else is here? Jeez. Tripped a little bit. It happens here. It's slippery as hell. There's two tents here. And they're still there. They're still there. Okay. Let's check this out. What is all that? Had a campfire here. Yeah, there's no one here anymore. They either been found, or they turned back, or they're still in the forest, just around. We just found this shoe. Now this shoe had been here for well over 5-6 years. There's moss completely growing on the shoe. It looked like it morphed onto it. Whoa, dude, a backpack. This backpack's brand new.
I know.
I think that's an umbrella over there. We've been finding tons of umbrellas, tents, pretty much everything you would actually expect to find here. the backpack looks brand new, but also this umbrella right next to it looks brand new too. Which means, I don't know, I'm just gonna start searching the area around this premises. They're checking around this area, I'm looking around this area, and Shane's actually around.
Some of the items they came across looked shockingly new, too fresh to have been there for long. A chilling thought crossed their minds. Could there be a body nearby? This prompted them to search the area, scanning through the trees. But after a long, uneasy search with no signs of anyone, they gave up. That's when they knew for certain they wouldn't be staying the night. The forest felt not only heavy and oppressive, but also like a place where staying would be crossing a line, disrespectful to the lost souls who had wandered there. Using their compass, they carefully made their way back through the dense woods toward civilization. While they felt a huge sense of relief upon leaving the forest, the weight of the experience lingered with them. Casey Nolan is the creator behind the YouTube channel Mindseed TV, which is known for exploring eerie and unexplained phenomena, from paranormal investigations to mysterious UFO sightings. He's no stranger to the strange and supernatural. In a video posted on March 3rd, 2019, Casey and his friend Steve set out for what they believed would be an interesting overnight trip to a remote cabin in the woods of northern Florida. The cabin, available for rent on Airbnb, has a disturbing history, something they would soon experience firsthand. After going through numerous eerie reviews and unsettling stories online, Casey and Steve were certain they had found the ideal location. Drawn in by the cabin's haunted reputation, they decided to spend a few nights there, hoping to witness some paranormal activity, and possibly even connect with any spirits that might still reside within its walls. It was time to discover whether the legends were true or simply another ghost tale.
Look at this, man. It's like driving. Let me put sorry. Hold on. We really gotta go back here. Yeah, this has gotta be it.
Right from the start, something about the place felt unsettling. The cabin's dark past had already cast a shadow over their visit, and being so far removed from civilization only added to their discomfort. But despite the growing tension, Casey and Steve were resolute. They hadn't come all this way to give up. They were ready to discover what was hiding inside those walls.
That bedroom right there on the right, if that's the master bedroom, that was probably a bloodbath in there, because his wife and the guy that she was with, and then he hung himself out here, which is just like, all right, well, I'm not comfortable sleeping in that room. I don't know about you.
The night appeared to go by without any issues. At least, that's what Casey and Steve thought. They slept soundly, unaware that anything unusual had taken place. It wasn't until they returned home and started going through the footage from the static cameras set up around the cabin that things took a turn. While in Pennsylvania, Steve was reviewing the recordings on his laptop when he came across a particular clip that stood out. Disturbed by what he saw, he quickly sent Casey a voice message. That wasn't the only eerie occurrence from that night. At the very same moment, Casey was seen standing motionless in his sleep for an unnaturally long time. Another camera, this one placed in the living room, caught something else disturbing. Strange activity began to unfold, almost as if the house itself had suddenly come to life. By morning, Casey and Steve had no idea what had happened while they slept. The rest of the day went by without any strange events, leaving them to wonder if the cabin's haunted reputation was nothing more than exaggeration or hearsay. But that sense of doubt didn't last long, because when the second night came, everything changed. In the middle of the night, they were suddenly jolted awake, and that's when they realized something was seriously wrong.
Woke up, it's almost 4 in the morning. There's something outside making noise. It sounds like an animal. I woke Steve up. Steve heard it too. It's happened like 3 or 4 times now, where we hear like kind of like a cry, it sounds like a scream or something.
No, I'm not.
Hello?
That was the final straw for Casey and Steve. After witnessing the door mysteriously open on its own while they slept, they no longer felt secure. With their nerves shaken, they decided to pack up and leave the cabin behind. What do you think truly occurred that night? Was there a logical explanation, or was it something far more unexplainable? This video captures a man walking through a snowy forest by himself in the middle of the night. Venturing out alone was probably not the best idea. He definitely should have had someone with him for safety. Unsurprisingly, something unsettling happens. Right from the start, he sounds panicked over something that isn't visible on camera, but based on the fear in his voice, it's clearly something terrifying.
Got something coming down, man. I got something screaming down there. I don't know what this is, man. Something screaming down there, man. Hello? Where are you? Show yourself right now! Something big moving in there, man. Something real big, guys. What the?
At one point in the video, if you look closely, you can see a pair of eyes staring at the person filming from a distance, which makes the already creepy footage even more unsettling. Some people believe the man may have had a close encounter with a Wendigo. The Wendigo is a legendary creature or dark spirit from the folklore of indigenous groups in the Great Lakes and Plains regions. It's often described as a human-like entity that takes control of people, driving them to intense greed and insatiable hunger, especially for human flesh, and even acts of violence or murder. What do you think? Did this TikTok user actually cross paths with a Wendigo, or was it something less supernatural but still deeply disturbing? Colin Griffith, a 17-year-old from Florida, was recently acquitted in the death of his mother, Catherine Griffith, despite having also killed his father less than 2 years prior. In 2022, Colin shot and killed his father on Valentine's Day, claiming he acted in self-defense. Due to insufficient evidence and no eyewitnesses, he was not prosecuted.
No, we can only make a decision based on the evidence we have at the time. It's impossible to sit back and predict somebody's future behavior.
He later moved in with his mother, who seemed to fully support him, gifting him an expensive car for graduation and taking him on luxury trips.
You're driving this better than you drive your own car.
Behind closed doors, however, Colin was allegedly emotionally unstable and had made repeated threats to kill his mother, saying he would do it the same way he killed his father.
He threatened multiple times and said this to numerous people that he was going to kill her, just like he his father.
Witnesses reported seeing Colin drag his mother into their home by her hair, just before she was found fatally stabbed in the neck. He later claimed she had fallen on the knife during a confrontation.
Neighbors see Colin and Mom arguing outside, and Colin grabs his mother by the hair and drags her into the house.
The judge in the trial barred the jury from knowing about the previous killing of his father, which prosecutors argued showed a pattern of violence.
It's important to understand, when you look at this, you see a kid. When I look at him, I see a psychopath.
After the jury found him not guilty, Colin was released from custody, a decision that outraged many, with officials describing him as remorseless and dangerous, and even calling him a psychopath. It was a windy, misty day, just like any other, on August 10th, 2024. But this day was about to take a wild turn. Our story starts with a YouTuber you might know, Grizzly Gaz. He's the guy behind the channel Grizzly Gaz, where he takes viewers on crazy camping trips and dives into eerie woods and local legends. Like any other trip, Gaz found the perfect spot to set up camp, with his loyal dog Fendi right by his side. As the sun set, long shadows stretched through the trees, and a peaceful night began to settle in. But little did Gaz know, the real adventure was just about to kick off. Just as darkness wrapped around the forest, Gaz got comfortable in his tent, ready to rest after a day of exploring, when suddenly he heard it, a high-pitched voice echoing through the woods.
You hear that? Right, I think I'm just going to chill out for a bit now. And,
He had no idea this was only the start of a truly terrifying night.
I'm just chilling out, watching a movie that I'd downloaded. I felt sure I could hear bells.
At first, he just let out a nervous laugh, convincing himself it was only his mind playing tricks. But then, it happened again.
Fendi, shut up, mate. Can you hear it?
The sounds didn't stop. In fact, they got louder and closer. Bells started ringing through the night, which made no sense. Why would there be bells in the middle of the woods? That's when Gaz started feeling seriously uneasy. For 15 minutes, he just sat there in silence, listening closely.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Then, it happened again. The sound was right outside his camp. Fed up, Gaz grabbed his flashlight and stepped into the pitch-black forest, determined to track down the source of that eerie noise.
In the woods. What's squealing now over there?
His flashlight sliced through the darkness, but the forest looked completely empty.
Yeah, look there. What's going on with these bells? Just a look. Is that what you call a pentagram?
Then he spotted them, bells hanging eerily from a tree, gently swaying in the night breeze. But here's the twist. Those bells definitely weren't there before nightfall. Someone, or something, had put them there under the cover of darkness. The mystery only got deeper. Who would do that, and why? As Gaz headed back to his tent, a wave of relief hit him, but it didn't last long. Just as he reached his campsite, something caught his eye.
Look, eye shine right up there. See it? See that eye shine there? Look, it's gone now. I need to figure out what that is.
In the distance, through the trees, he spotted them, glowing eyes staring right back at him from the darkness.
Now he's gone. He's back. What is that? We're gonna follow it, mate. I need to figure out what this thing is, because otherwise it's gonna do me head in all night, especially with these.
Gaz wasn't the type to back down. He grabbed his flashlight again, with Fendi right by his side, and headed back into the woods, determined to face whatever or whoever was watching him.
Oh, there, look. There it is. There, look. Why do you keep buggering off every time I zoom in? There's two of them. Whatever they are.
The situation quickly escalated. More glowing eyes appeared, surrounding him and closing in. Feeling the pressure, Gaz realized it was time to back off. He headed back to camp, choosing safety over a fight, while the eyes kept watching him from the shadows.
I've got to try and find my way back down to the tent. Hey dear. Anyway.
The long night finally came to an end as the first rays of sunlight broke through the leaves, signaling a return to safety and normalcy.
Rough night last night, but battery ran out on my GoPro, so windy, rained all night.
Exhausted, Gaz packed up his gear and left the forest behind, but he carried with him a night full of unanswered questions. Who hung the bells? Who or what was watching him? On his YouTube channel, Real Jeff Steddick's World, Jeff explores the hidden, abandoned, and mysterious, ranging from crumbling estates and deserted hospitals to remote natural sites. Whether you're interested in haunted lore, urban exploration, or the haunting beauty of decay, Jeff invites viewers to uncover forgotten stories alongside him. In a video uploaded on June 12, 2018, he investigates the abandoned mansion alone. From the moment he entered, the atmosphere felt off. But as he moved deeper inside, the experience quickly shifted from eerie to truly unsettling.
If you could feel my freaking heart right now, well, it goes insane. What the? Guys, do you hear that? I heard my footsteps, I know. Please tell me to hear the freaking footsteps, man. It's like the beginning and I'm freaking out. It's after a minute, freaking house. Hello? What the hell? Hello? I swear, I guess someone is here right now pranking me or go over or not, or I don't know. Someone is here? What the hell? Hello? Hello?
Even with the rising tension in his chest, Jeff refused to turn back, determined to either find the source of the noises or reassure himself there was nothing to worry about. He took a steadying breath and started up the old, creaking stairs.
I'm just going to make my heart a freak stone and just going to explore this freaking mansion. I swear that someone is here when I'm gonna punch his face. I guess there are just some other people here, man, that heard me coming and actually, wants to make me scared or something. Is someone here now or not? Huh? So I guess, hello, is someone here now? I'm just making a video here.
The unsettling sounds continued, yet no one ever replied when Jeff called out. The stillness between each noise only heightened the tension. Doubts filled his mind, and every instinct told him to leave while he still could. But his curiosity and a touch of stubbornness pushed him forward, ready to face whatever was inside.
I know I said hello for about multiple times, but if you are here, I'm pretty sure I freaking heard something now. I'm gonna be happy that I'm done here, man, and shit. Oh, freaking holes in the ground. What the hell? There are actually no stairs anymore, I guess. So I can't run away. Yo. Alright guys, I literally freaking scared now and I'm on the second floor, but actually too much happened here right now. And it's actually my first time I'm exploring this freaking mansion alone, and what I heard and see, well, it's actually too much for me, I guess. And I thought that there were actually some people here, but I don't know, there's no one. Probably an addict, but screw it, man. So, yeah. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, man. Here. Oh, what the hell?
That was the breaking point for Jeff. He may have come looking for mystery, excitement, and a rush of adrenaline, but this no longer felt like an adventure. Whether it was someone secretly hiding nearby or something beyond explanation, Jeff realized he had reached his limit. Even now, he's unsure of what was happening in that house, but one thing is clear: something didn't want him there. So, what do you think? Was there an intruder lurking in the abandoned mansion, or did Jeff come face to face with something truly paranormal? Share your thoughts in the comments. Franco, known for his fearless exploration of creepy abandoned places across the US, is heading south for the first time, to Peru. His destination? The Presbítero Matias Maestro Cemetery, said to be the most haunted burial ground in South America. Local legends say the cemetery has a strange pull on dark arts practitioners who supposedly perform sinister rituals using the remains of the dead. As Franco explores deeper, he finds clear signs of occult activity: tombs with burnt-out candles, creepy voodoo dolls, and mysterious notes scattered around. Among the graves is the infamous alleged witch Gregoria Camacho, who died in 1897. Loved by fans worldwide, her tomb is a pilgrimage spot where people carve their names into the stone and leave candles and offerings. But when Franco reaches her resting place, something unexplainable happens.
Who was buried here. Now apparently she did good and bad, but mostly dark stuff. So on the top of her tomb they spray painted Witch of Satan and stuff. But her tomb is actually kind of different from all the others because you could see a skull and bones, which kind of represents something very, very dark. But this is actually her tomb right here. Her name is Gregoria Camacho, or Gregoria, something like that. I torture names. And you can see how other witches would carve their names in here and leave candles and trinkets. That looks like it says Camila. And if you look out here, you can see where they put all the candles. It's different from all the others because they put all these candles here and candies. Isn't that... Hello? What the hell did I just hear? It sounded like somebody laughing. Thing is, on the maps, this area is blocked off. So once you walk back here, there's nowhere else you can go. Listen, listen. Hello? Georgina? There's literally no one here. Oh, okay. Well, I got creeped out.
Franco is suddenly hit by a sinister, mocking laughter echoing through the graveyard, giving him the chills down his spine. But that creepy moment is just the beginning of a night full of strange, unexplainable events. As he makes his way through the maze-like halls of open, abandoned crypts, his camera picks up something truly terrifying.
Right in there. I don't know if those are the remains. It looks like a sock. There's something tied up. Here, let me zoom in. I'm going to be able to zoom in a lot more on post-editing, so it looks like it could be, there's something hairy there. Huh, that looks like an animal or something. Oh, that is so creepy. Alright, I just got the K2 meter. ¿Alguien estás aquí adentro? ¿Tú puedes decirme tu nombre? Oh, look at this. There's X's. You see that? On the side of the wall. Oh, that's interesting. That's something that's kind of seen in Mississippi. When you see X mark, it's like they have something they want you to do, and they call upon the spirit to doing it.
Franco stays unaware of the eerie presence nearby, as a faint female voice softly whispers in the background.
You see that?
The historic cemetery is also the eternal resting place of another notable figure, Ricardo Etzpel, a young boy whose life was tragically cut short at just 6 years old. Legend says Ricardo's spirit is kind and protective, with visitors claiming he can grant wishes and bless those who have strong faith. But as Franco carefully examines the gravestone marking the boy's final resting place, his camera picks up something deeply unsettling, casting a shadow of dread over the otherwise peaceful cemetery.
I am making my way towards another tomb of a child named Ricardo. Now, apparently Ricardo grants blessings and wishes to everyone who comes to him, seeking help. He is a very well-known spirit that protects this graveyard. Well, one, protects it, and two, also offers blessings to everyone who shows up here. I wanted to see if I can read what this says. A la memoria de Ricardo M. Espaillat, sus amigos, 8 de agosto, December 1887. Ricardo Espaillat, Barriado Nuevo. Yeah. Now what's more interesting about this is that in the back, you could see all the prayers from everyone and all the blessings. And what's more interesting is that it even says gracias, like pretty much thank you for making these blessings come true. Any blessing you want, it'll be blessed by Ricardo.
A ghostly, pale arm appears to stretch out from the boy's grave, an eerie image captured by Franco's camera. He doesn't see it at first, but keen viewers noticed it after the video was uploaded to YouTube. This spooky find makes you wonder, could Presbítero Maestro Cemetery truly be the most haunted cemetery in South America? A 15-year-old girl from Brandon, Mississippi, Carly Gregg, is accused of killing her mother, Ashley Smiley, a high school teacher, on March 19th after Smiley reportedly found out about her daughter's hidden lifestyle. After the alleged shooting, Carly was seen sitting in the kitchen with her 2 dogs, and surveillance footage showed her walking around the house with a .357 Magnum hidden behind her back, deliberately avoiding the cameras.
Step out real quick for me. Alright. Hey, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on around to the front of you, okay? I'm gonna move the handcuffs around to the front of you. Okay. Alright. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna swab your hands, okay? Right. And I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions, but obviously you with a pistol, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Alright, look. I need you to hold your hand out like this. I'm gonna do your right hand first, okay? That's your right hand. Just like that.
Authorities say she texted a friend about an emergency and tried to get her stepfather to return home, possibly to mislead or set up the scene. When police arrived, they tested her hands for gunshot residue, and she admitted to firing the gun.
Swab up here.
What is this?
It's a GSLR. It shows me which hand did you. Which hand did you shoot with? Alright, I'm gonna go up. Flop the hand, turn the hand over.
Turn it over.
Rub on the outside part around the knuckles.
Where do you want kids from? I guess you can put it in my vehicle with my key. Key fob is in my left pocket.
Alright, so go ahead and take it. Alright.
Is my stepdad okay? I don't know, baby. I can't talk to you about it. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Oh.
She has been formally charged with murder, and the case is unfolding in court. This man was simply walking through a graveyard when he noticed something unusual inside a mausoleum. At first, it appeared as though someone, or something, was lying there beneath a blanket. He continued watching, trying to figure out what he was seeing, when suddenly, the blanket shifted. For a brief moment, whatever was beneath the blanket moved and then quickly pulled the cover back over itself, almost as if it didn't want to be seen. It wasn't just eerie, it was completely baffling. Who or what was under there? How did they get inside? And what happened to the person who was supposed to be buried in that tomb? David is the driving force behind the YouTube channel Haunted Finders, where he takes viewers on investigations to some of the most haunted places around. From abandoned buildings to creepy forests, his team often captures strange, unexplained phenomena while searching for answers. One night, their investigation in the notorious Cannock Chase tested them more than ever. They camped deep in this forest, known for spooky legends like black-eyed children, werewolves, and restless spirits, making it one of the UK's most feared paranormal sites.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. So tonight we're doing something completely different in the infamous Cannock Chase, which is supposed to be one of the most haunted forests in the world. It's known as being one of the biggest paranormal hotspots. So many things have been sighted here, from the black-eyed children, spirits, other entities, werewolves, strange creatures, UFOs.
David and his team, including members from Ghost on Trent, Moxley's Paranormal World, and Shadow Hunters, prepared for a night that would be anything but ordinary. While setting up their gear around the camp, their early feelings of unease intensified as they discussed the area's grim past, particularly the murders by Raymond Morris, whose victims were buried close by. Soon after, unusual events began to occur.
Raymond Morris. Now, in the 60s, a man by the name of Raymond Morris was convicted of two children. They found two children, which he in Cannock Chase. Not only that, they also believe that he killed a third child.
The K2 meter started going crazy, spiking wildly as if reacting to their questions, hinting that there might be multiple spirits present.
Please. Oh, they're doing them too, not.
Wow. There's nothing else.
More than one. Is there more than one of you? There's got to be for this amount.
If there's more than one of you, by using the devices on the floor with the lights, can you flash?
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? Can you stop now? Please? Stop for a minute.
No.
Creepy voices were picked up on their ghost hunting gear and heard out loud, including unsettling whispers and what sounded like a child's voice, which only made the tension thicker as they moved through the dense, eerie woods.
The hell was that?
What was that?
Did you hear that voice?
Yeah.
It's all doing it on mine.
The hell was that?
What was that?
Did you hear that voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whilst you were talking, there was a voice over your voice.
Definitely a voice.
Come from here.
Hello?
Well, you thought it was there?
It sounded over there. Over that side there.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was there.
Yeah.
Did you hear that weird female's voice?
Yes, I did. And then the male voice afterwards.
Yeah.
The mood grew more intense as the night wore on. Out of nowhere, the repot alarm triggered at their camp while they were investigating farther away, signaling that someone, or something, had come into their base area.
One stand in this middle.
REM pod's just gone off in the middle of the camp.
I've just heard it.
Yeah, the REM pod's just gone off like someone's walked into it. We need to go up there.
They hurried back but found no one, yet the sense that they were being watched grew stronger. Later, when David and another team member were separated, they heard distinct voices and footsteps, and the spirit box picked up eerie messages like 3 children here and the name Morris, connecting directly to the area's grim past.
3 children here. 3 children here.
3 children here.
There isn't there?
Black-eyed children.
Yeah.
But also, what have we been hearing when we were cooking? We kept hearing children's voices.
Yeah.
What?
From the charity shop. I don't like
Morris.
Oh, Morris!
Who's Morris?
The one that kids, the 3 children. 3 children here.
What was his second name?
Morris. Raymond Morris.
Raymond Morris.
Right, so we've had come through 3 children here. Now, in the 60s, a man by the name of Raymond Morris was convicted of 2 children. They found 2 children, which he buried in Cannock Chase.
Things got really intense when David felt the urge to pull out a silver crucifix he'd bought from a charity shop. Right after, the spirit box fired off a warning, "Watch out."
Watch out.
Watch out, he said. Right when you got that cross out.
David got that same silver cross out that he thinks was
I'm gonna have to
making him be affected earlier, and as soon as he got it out, he said, "Watch out."
A moment later, the crucifix suddenly got super hot in David's hand, burning him and leaving a clear mark before he dropped it, shocked and in pain.
That's hot.
What?
That got hot.
Hot? What? Hot?
Yeah.
What do you mean hot?
It was hot when I was holding it. What my hand?
Holy crap, it's burned your hand.
Oh my god.
It's burned your hand.
I don't want it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want it. I've been feeling...
It's burned your hand. Look at it.
I want to go home. I'm not like this. Look at that.
David's been burnt by that.
People.
I chucked it.
People.
I just loved it.
He's been burnt by that cross across his hand.
I don't know. I was holding it in my hand like that. When I first got it out, what did it say? Watch out.
At the same time, David started feeling really bad. His chest was racing, and he had trouble breathing, which made him seriously scared for his life.
Oh, wait. David. No, I think I'm having weird palpitations in my chest. No, David. David.
Yes?
I don't know if I'm having a heart attack. No, seriously. David, seriously. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
We've got to go home.
Holding that cross in his hand, and it's burnt him across his hand. My heart's pulsating in my chest.
Overwhelmed by the worsening physical symptoms, the burning incident, strange noises like loud screams and weird vibrations, and a strong feeling of danger, they decided to call off the investigation right away.
I heard a massive screaming. I'm not staying.
I'm not staying.
Can we just pack up? Can we just pack everything up now?
Yeah.
And then when we cut the cameras, David started panicking because as you could hear just before we cut the cameras, we kept hearing this strange noise, and it was like this. The only way I can describe it, I tried to describe it to Moxley and Paul and that from Ghost on Trent, and it was just like a vibrating, swirling noise. It was coming from above us and to the right hand side, down near the area where Moxley and Amy were.
They packed up in a hurry, the fear obvious, totally sure that sticking around would only make things worse. Later, David shared how terrifying it was, and how they just knew they had to get out before something really bad went down.
When I couldn't breathe, when I was having those palpitations, I couldn't breathe. I honestly thought I was going to have to ring an ambulance. That's why I radioed through to Moxie and told him to get back to the camp. Because there was just, you get, those times where you just get those overwhelming feelings like something seriously bad is about to happen, something's going to go down. That's exactly what me and David both had, and it was just like, if we don't leave now.
David's ordeal with the crucifix and his sudden collapse highlight just how risky it can be to confront the unknown. Thankfully, they listened to their gut and escaped. Still, the fear stayed with them, and the unanswered questions about what's really in those woods mean no one there will forget that night anytime soon. Jasper, the creator behind the YouTube channel Urbex Ontario, has gained a loyal following by showcasing his journeys through abandoned and overlooked sites across Ontario, Canada. But urban exploration isn't always just about decaying buildings and forgotten history. Sometimes it involves real danger. In a video posted on March 23, 2025, Jasper faced exactly that. He set out to explore a long-abandoned farmhouse, believed to date back to the early 1900s. From the outside, it seemed like many of his previous stops: worn-out wood, overgrown weeds, and the quiet stillness of a life left behind. But the moment he stepped inside, it became clear this wouldn't be a typical exploration. What began as a routine visit quickly turned into something far more disturbing.
You see that light on? This is literally still on. What is that? This? Oh, I can feel heat coming off of this.
the smell of cigarettes and the fact that the power was still on made Jasper uneasy. It was a clear sign that someone had been there not long ago, and maybe still was. Still, his curiosity got the better of him, driving him to keep exploring the eerie, forgotten house. But looking back, that choice may not have been the smartest one.
They're actually still in, like, decent shape. Oh! Do you guys hear that? I just heard banging upstairs. What the heck? What, the light is on in here? Guys, this is sketchy. Hello?
Despite a strong sense that someone else might be inside, Jasper's curiosity proves too powerful to resist. He takes a deep breath and cautiously continues, but the further he goes, the heavier and more unsettling the atmosphere becomes.
Heard that noise again upstairs.
Each unexpected bang that echoes through the empty halls only adds to Jasper's growing unease. Every sound feels more intense, more immediate, almost as if the house is trying to drive him out. Still, his curiosity outweighs his fear. He knows he won't find peace until he investigates for himself. So, with caution, he approaches the staircase, determined to discover whether it's merely the wind or something or someone waiting above.
There's gotta be somebody in here. There's gotta be. What is that noise? It's like a constant banging. Oh my god, I'm so sketched out. Oh my gosh. Hello? Anyone in here? It's coming from in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's this piece of plastic on the broken window. I'm ripping that out of there. That doesn't explain the banging.
Figuring out that some of the noise was just plastic sheeting blowing in the breeze gives Jasper minimal comfort. It might explain the soft rustling, but not the loud banging. Even so, he collects himself. He didn't venture this far to walk away without answers, so he continues forward, intent on discovering what's causing the sounds.
That literally sounded like somebody walking, guys. I hear it over here. It's this door. Why is that opening by itself? Why is that door moving? Bro, there's literally no wind in here. There's nobody in there. It must just be the wind. I need to shut that away so it doesn't move. Oh my god. God, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, let's go downstairs and continue.
Jasper likely felt a wave of relief when he discovered the banging was simply a door being blown shut by the wind. After all the tension, strange noises, and unsettling quiet, having a clear and rational explanation eased his nerves. Despite the fear, he pushed forward, determined to finish what he started. Venturing into the unknown takes true bravery, especially when the danger could involve actual people, not just the paranormal. Thankfully, his exploration concluded without incident. Hospitals can really freak a lot of us out. They're meant to be places where people heal and feel better by the time they leave. But for many, they just feel creepy and unsettling. This video from a TikTok user named Lamoni gives even more reason to be scared of hospitals. It shows the inside of a seriously eerie hospital hallway or tunnel that looks straight out of a horror movie.
Miren esa camisa anda sola, chicos. Con los pelos de punta. Mira. ¿A ustedes les parece que me puede pasar esto?
In the video, you can see a hospital table slowly moving all by itself down this long, creepy hallway. It just keeps drifting along past the person filming, and even though nothing super intense or scary happens, there's something really unsettling about it. What do you think? Could there be a logical explanation for the table moving on its own, or is this something more mysterious? A 17-year-old suspected gang member, Taven Shelton, is facing numerous charges after Atlanta police say he was caught with a stolen and modified. The incident occurred around 8:30 p.m. on Monday when officers responded to a report of a dispute involving a weapon at a convenience store on Atlanta Avenue. When police arrived, Shelton allegedly shoved an officer, prompting his arrest.
What's wrong with you, man?
Nah, bad, bro.
Why you shoving me like that for, man?
Nah, man, I'm just trying to walk home.
You gonna see me
bro.
walking in the store, bro?
My bad.
How you just gonna walk into me like that, bro? Turn around, man. You have anything on you? Turn around.
You have 5 devices?
I don't even got nothing on me, bro.
During a search, officers reportedly found a loaded magazine with 16 rounds, a black mask, a glass-breaking tool, and a firearm that had been illegally altered to function as a fully automatic weapon. Authorities later determined the gun had been stolen from Sandy Springs.
Man, you just shoved me, man. Watch your mouth, man. No, it's not my bad. You saw me coming in the store, man. What you doing? Stop playing, man. What you got on you? Don't move.
I got my book.
6'9" recovered. Don't move.
Go ahead.
Radio he has a 6'9" recovered.
20
How old are you, man?
17.
How much?
17.
Shelton, identified as a confirmed gang member, also had an active warrant in DeKalb County for failing to appear in court on a robbery charge. He is now facing several charges, including assault, obstruction, possession of a stolen firearm, unlawful possession of an automatic weapon, and possession of a firearm as a minor. While filming their hike, a hiker saw a bear suddenly begin chasing their dogs. Acting quickly, they used bear spray to protect both themselves and the dogs. The spray worked, causing the bear to back off. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The mesmerizing serpent caught on camera is a horned snake with vibrant orange skin. Its back is covered in spikes, making it look like a dragon from old legends brought to life as a stunning snake. At first glance, it might be mistaken for a horned puff adder, but this creature is something entirely different. It's not an ordinary snake. It carries an air of mystery with its impressive form and intricate spiked scales along its sleek body. What species could this be? Dee is a woman who's all about creepy vibes. She admits she's a little scared most of the time, but that doesn't stop her from diving into the unknown. Her channel follows her adventures, everything from hiking through spooky forests to camping in weird, often unsettling spots, usually with her dogs tagging along. This time, she's setting out to walk a lonely road in a downstate park.
Hi, my loves. I am in the middle of the forest because I saw a bunch of weird trees and stuff that I've never seen at this place before, so I know it's different, but I want your all's opinion on it, so I'm gonna start now, and this is not where I wanted to start recording, but it looks like something freaked out in here. Look at this. Now it's a little windy. Now I looked up the forecast for the last 2 weeks here the best I could, and they've not had any major storms, but I have not been here in a while. But there's all these breaks in here and lean-tos. Where's it at? There's one big one I saw, and then this has got me blown away. Now I can understand. Let me point out to you, I'm not gonna try to talk too much. So they got mad at me when I was nervous. I talk, so I'm trying not to talk so much. But I want you to pay attention to this tree right here. Yes, there was a root system. It fell, right? So it could have took out that tree with it and done its thing, right? How did this one, almost 10 feet away, 11 feet away, that has no big branches on it. Neither tree has big, huge branches reaching out. How did this one get involved? That's what's blowing me away right now. Stop it. I just got here. There's tons of breaks everywhere. And this isn't normal. This isn't normal. So I came to check it out with you guys.
Shortly after Dee began exploring and examining the fallen trees, she started picking up sounds coming from the woods around her.
Stop. Okay, the wind's blowing. I gotta calm down. That can't, if the wind is blowing, that can't be the wind. Dude, I'm at it. It was the wind. We're good. We're fine. Everything's okay. We're good. Keep walking. It's warm and then it's cold. It's warm and it's cold. Hold up. Is that a nail or is that eyes? Nope. No, I got you. Hello. Hi. Hello. Oh my God, their eyes are huge. Hi. Hello. Woo.
Multiple pairs of eyes were watching from afar. Were they just animals, or was something else hiding out there? After a while, the camera caught a different sound. Not just rustling or movement, but something that actually sounded like a voice.
God, dude. Where'd it go? Right behind you. Huh? Nope. Nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not having whispering in my damn ear like that. You can, no, just no. Okay? Nope. I'd rather walk to the damn woods that are making all this noise, I swear. That was a woman, and I just heard her. And I'm tired of the women talking to me. They always get behind you, right in your ear.
There was definitely something in the woods. I can't say if it was an animal or something else, but it was obvious she wasn't alone. That voice? I'm not sure whether it was real or just a prank. What do you all think? This video, shared by a YouTube channel known for nighttime explorations of abandoned or haunted places, follows the creators as they venture into dark tunnels, forests, cemeteries, and other eerie locations in search of paranormal events, strange encounters, and unsettling sights or sounds. On December 19th, 2023, the group enters a tunnel and soon begins to hear faint voices and unexplained noises. As they move deeper inside, the atmosphere grows increasingly tense until suddenly they hear the unmistakable sound of someone running toward them.
We're pretty much in some sort of a big ravine right now. It is, if you look at the ground, looks like we're in the hills or something. Bro, it goes like pretty much up there into the mountains. So yeah, this whole place is pretty creepy, and it's also gonna get pitch dark. You know, if you look out, it's pretty much pitch dark, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the tunnel is somewhere over there. So we're gonna go check it out. It's gonna be super creepy. Don't know what we're gonna find, but yeah, let's start heading over there. Okay, yeah, dude, look. This is the freaking tunnel. Holy crap, this is weird. Like a weird entrance sign. And it's all like graffitied off. Freak. There's like glass on the ground. Let's try going in for a second. Oh, hello? Dude, we
With pitch black darkness blanketing the area and amplifying the eerie atmosphere, the boys gather their courage and step into the tunnel.
No idea what it is. Sounds like talking pretty much, but yeah, we're in this tunnel right now, and it's also like almost Halloween, so you know, it's like clown season stuff, and I don't know, maybe we'll find a clown, maybe not, but dude, this place is like so creepy. I also have no idea like how long this place is. You know, it could be like, I don't know. It's like pitch dark over there. Just like footsteps to it, low-key. So, right now I think I see like a turn going right or something. So we're gonna check it out, I think. It's like probably like 20 meters ahead of us. Oh, wait. I see something. I think I see like a light or something. Look. Could be like the other entrance or something. It's like super weird. Shh, yeah. I swear I hear something. Go. Someone there, dude. 100%. Someone started like running at us or something, dude. You heard that, right? Wait, turn it on. Okay. Wait. Something or something. But I think I saw like the other end, so I'm not really sure, you know? That came from tunnel, dude. 100%. Okay, dude, let's go.
Just a few steps in, they notice what appears to be a faint light deeper in the tunnel, but suddenly they hear the rapid, unmistakable sound of footsteps charging toward them, fast and loud. Without a second thought, they panic and sprint out of the tunnel as quickly as possible. It might have been a homeless person or squatter seeking shelter, or perhaps just other explorers playing a prank. A young child is seen wandering around their bedroom not long after waking up from a nap. It's 7 p.m., an odd time for the child to be awake, since the mother says they usually sleep through the night. At first, it just seems like a normal moment, but the footage quickly takes a strange turn. What happens next leaves the mother certain that something about this incident isn't right. Since the child can only babble, there's no way to get a clear explanation. But here's what the security camera captured. It's only been 4 months since the family moved into their new home, but they're already dealing with something they can't explain. In the recorded footage, a voice is clearly heard, one that definitely isn't the child's, especially since the little one can only babble at this stage, yet somehow a mysterious voice comes through. The mother, clearly shaken by the strange voice, which sounds like a little girl talking to her son, decided to share the video, hoping someone could explain what was going on. The situation only got creepier when more footage showed her son's legs being seemingly pulled off the bed. Viewers have started speculating that something supernatural might be going on. But in the end, it's up to you to decide, was this a ghost caught on camera, or is there a more logical explanation? A 16-year-old high school football player, Aaron Trejo, is being tried as an adult in Indiana for allegedly murdering his 17-year-old classmate, Brianna Rusalang, who was pregnant. Investigators say Trejo admitted to causing her because she waited too long to tell him about the pregnancy. According to police, Brianna was both and strangled, and her body was found in a dumpster just hours after her family reported her missing.
Any senseless is very upsetting, but when you're talking about young people, it is more so.
Brianna was a cheerleader and softball player at Mishawaka High School. Trejo now faces charges of murder and femicide for taking the lives of both Brianna and her unborn child. A disturbing incident took place at Lakewood High School when a 17-year-old student was seen in a Snapchat video waving a handgun in the boys' locker room.
I think somebody showed the video to the SRO here. And then that's how they figured out about it.
A fellow student showed the video to the school resource officer, who quickly alerted authorities, prompting a lockdown of the campus. Police responded immediately, and 2 individuals, Kervin Reyes and Anthony Como, were arrested for bringing a firearm onto school grounds and for aggravated assault.
And we were on lockdown for like an hour, and then we started seeing videos of the kid.
Students took cover during the lockdown, some hiding behind instruments or inside storage areas, unsure of what was happening outside their classrooms.
So we all kind of ducked behind the marimbas, and then all of a sudden we hear something like outside of the band room door, and it sounds like it's creeping around there, and we didn't know what to do, so we just like hid inside of the brass closet.
Detectives later discovered the gun in a backpack that had been discarded in a dumpster off school property. One student in the video was taken into custody, and investigators are still searching for another person involved. Fortunately, no one was harmed.
We are very, very grateful for the students and the relationships that are built here between our school resource officers and students, that they feel comfortable enough to go to them with that information immediately.
Officials credited the quick actions of students and the strong rapport with the school officer for helping to avert a potentially dangerous situation. The motive behind the incident has not yet been determined. In 2016, 16-year-old A.J. Armstrong called 911, whispering from a closet that he had heard gunshots in his parents' bedroom. When police arrived at the Houston home, they discovered his parents, Antonio and Dawn Armstrong, both in the head with pillows covering their faces. Antonio, a former NFL linebacker turned motivational speaker, was well known in the community. Initially seen as a traumatized son, AJ quickly became a suspect.
You parents?
No. Just to have that again, just like 5 minutes, if that's what it was, just to have that again with my mom, my dad, that's all I want.
Authorities believed he took the lives of his parents because they had been strict with him, scolding him for declining grades, smoking indoors, and other behavior. Despite his emotional statements expressing love for his parents, he was charged with their murders. The case dragged on for years. 2 trials ended with hung juries, as some jurors found it hard to believe a 16-year-old could commit such a crime. But in a 3rd trial in 2023, A.J., then 23 years old, married, and a father, was found guilty of capital murder.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Antonio Armstrong Jr., guilty of capital.
He was sentenced to life in prison with a chance for parole in 2063 after serving 40 years. A Milwaukee family is devastated after 47-year-old Corey Williams was allegedly wounded by his teenage son during a domestic violence incident.
I had a phone call, my brother got and
I his son.
The shooting happened at an apartment building on 11th and Atkinson, where several relatives, including Williams and his children, lived.
To get here to find out, he didn't not shoot him one time, he shot him 10 times.
While police haven't officially confirmed the relationship between the suspect and victim, they say they know who is responsible and are searching for that individual.
On my way towards here, and I heard like 5 They said 6 had already ran.
Williams' sister, Karen Stiegel, said he was multiple times and is urging her nephew to surrender to authorities.
The kids had to endure their brother, their dad. If they know your name, look, Corey, you need to turn yourself in, baby. I don't know, maybe you can get some mental help. But you left your sisters and brothers, they don't need mental help. Whatever he told him no, or whatever he told him he should not did, it did not mean daddy.
She expressed heartbreak over the trauma the other children now face, having witnessed their brother kill their father. Sydney is a solo traveler and content creator who's visited many campsites and national parks across the U.S. She enjoys being alone, but one night in the Tennessee wilderness, that peace was disturbed. She went back to one of the first places she camped alone, feeling nostalgic and ready for a quiet trip. After gathering supplies, she drove deep into the forest on a narrow, winding road. The campsite she chose was remote, with only 2 official spots, and no one else was there.
I'm gonna get out and take a gander and make sure everything's like safe, and I might drive down there, but I might take the top spot too. I don't know yet. That's where my friend Grace camped when I was camping down here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come down to this spot.
Usually, she'd hear distant traffic or other campers nearby, but this time, there was only the sound of leaves and a nearby stream. As the sun set, she made a simple dinner of rice and chicken. That's when something strange broke the silence.
Is that?
She heard a noise in the woods, louder and more controlled than animals. She tried to stay calm, thinking it might be a deer or another camper she hadn't seen, but something about it felt wrong.
I packed all my stuff up so that if I do need to like just close this, I only have this to move, but you know what I've been thinking? What if it was Bigfoot and that was like a deer that he was eating and it was like making noises? Because the deer is scared. That was so weird. I heard it move too. It like moved from like there to right there. I think my saving grace is that I know there are other campers back here, so I feel better about that. I'm not completely alone out here.
The noise came again, closer now, and Sydney's instincts kicked in. She packed up most of her gear and kept only the essentials handy. She rearranged her car for a quick escape, with doors unlocked and keys ready. Nothing else happened that night, but she couldn't shake the feeling of unease. Sydney was safe, but what made that noise remains a mystery, leaving her with more questions than answers. Steve, the mind behind the YouTube channel DND Paranormal, is known for documenting his journeys through abandoned and reportedly haunted locations in search of real paranormal encounters. In a video posted on June 20th, 2025, he is joined by fellow explorers Susie and Zoe, both equally drawn to the mysteries of the unknown. Their destination, the deteriorating ruins of Cheadle Asylum in Manchester, a place once infamous for its dark past and now rumored to be haunted by restless spirits. As the sun sets and the team arrives, the mood shifts. Though they're excited, the asylum greets them with an unsettling, oppressive stillness. Something about the place feels deeply off, but that's exactly what drew them there. Steeling themselves, they step inside and begin their investigation, first introducing themselves to whatever entities might still remain within the asylum's crumbling walls.
Okay. Hello, my name's Susie. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Steve.
And we've never been here before. We wanted to come visit you tonight if anyone's here. We thought we'd come pay a visit, spend a bit of time with you, give you a bit of company. If you're here with us and you can hear and see us, could you make a noise, please?
I love that first bit of anticipation there. Do you know when you first ask? And you're like,
I know, you're like, is it going to kick off like now?
They carefully make their way through the halls, calling out and asking questions, hoping for any sign of a response. But for a while, nothing happens. No sounds, no movement, just the quiet, crumbling remains of the asylum. Still, they can't shake the unsettling sense that something is watching them. The air feels thick and the silence unnaturally still. Unwilling to give up, they continue their search, pushing forward as the night deepens around them.
It's not making a noise, is it?
What is that?
What?
So what are your lights?
what? Oh, there's a bat. There's a bat flying behind you. No, it's further down the corridor. It's at the far end. There's a bat down the far end.
No, it was light. It was like a kite shape light.
Oh, it might be Steve because this is square look.
No, I've only just turned that on, and that was...
At the moment, no one else saw the light Zoe mentioned. It was quick, and in a place like this, it's easy to question what you think you saw. But later, while going over the footage, Steve noticed something unusual, something that made everyone pause. It was faint and easy to overlook if you weren't watching closely.
What is that? What is that?
At first, it was barely noticeable, just a slight flicker in the darkness. To get a clearer view, Adam tweaked the lighting and slowed down the footage, trying to highlight whatever Zoe had seen. What showed up was nothing short of astonishing.
You can clearly see now the light anomaly moving, what looks like steps from right to left.
The rest of the night stayed quiet, filled only with the heavy stillness of a long abandoned place. Yet, all three sensed something, an invisible presence just beyond reach. Eventually, Steve, Zoe, and Susie decided to end the investigation, feeling slightly let down that nothing more obvious had happened. But that feeling quickly changed when Steve reviewed the footage and confirmed that Zoe hadn't imagined what she saw. What the camera captured was enough to make them question everything again. So, was it just a well-timed illusion, or real evidence of something supernatural? On Valentine's Day, 2021, 20-year-old Faith Burns was at her girlfriend's home in Decula, Georgia, when her girlfriend's ex, Demia Mitchell, arrived with a group of friends. The encounter turned violent, and someone in the group opened fire. Faith was shot and later died at the hospital. 5 teenage girls were charged in connection with the shooting. 4 accepted plea deals and were convicted of aggravated assault, receiving 10-year sentences with 2 to 4 years to serve. Demia Mitchell, however, chose to stand trial, although the jury found her guilty of not felony murder, along with aggravated assault and gang activity. She was sentenced to 140 years in prison, despite having no prior criminal record. Mitchell's family was shocked by the harsh sentence and protested outside the Gwinnett County Courthouse, arguing that she was unfairly made an example of. They are demanding a new trial and a different judge.
You chose the wrong person to make an example out of when she doesn't have no prior history of anything. She has not been in and out of your court system, so we're just confused on how she get 140 years.
And she's not in no gang.
And she's not in a gang.
Me and my family, we dealing with a life sentence without our daughter. So, I mean, you still have an opportunity to speak and see each other. I don't have that opportunity. To speak and see my daughter.
Meanwhile, Faith's father said it's hard to sympathize with Mitchell's supporters, as his family is left to cope with the permanent loss of his daughter. He described Faith as a kind, ambitious young woman who had been accepted to several colleges, including the Citadel. The district attorney declined to discuss the case, stating that the jury's verdict and the judge's decision speak for themselves. A man who regularly hikes alone near the Appalachian Mountains had never encountered anything out of the ordinary until one particular day.
Woo!
He captured a scream unlike anything he'd ever heard before. While it could have been from local wildlife, the sound felt disturbingly unnatural to him. Could this have been his first unsettling experience in the Appalachians? Luke from Outdoor Boys is used to tough terrain and crazy weather. He's spent years camping, hiking, and tackling stuff most of us wouldn't even try. But in this video, he takes on one of his wildest adventures yet, heading deep into Alaska's frozen backcountry, just as a blizzard starts rolling in. He set up camp in a secluded spot deep in the woods, surrounded by snow-covered trees. Armed with just a hot tent, a little stove, and whatever he could carry, he cleared out a flat spot in the snow, grabbed some frozen firewood, and hustled to get a fire started.
Wet and cold, so we're gonna put it around the stove to dry it out before we throw it in. I'm gonna string up a little clothesline to start drying my gloves out. All right, we got the water boiling. It's time to make some food. We got some beef bouillon cubes, a little bit of salt. I got these little lamb T-bones here, and they're already seasoned. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the bone out, cut off the grizzle, put that in the pot first. I have some herbal tea here.
As night settled in, he made some herbal tea and cooked up lamb T-bones to keep warm and fueled. He knew he'd need all the energy he could get. Everything seemed peaceful at first, but overnight, the storm hit hard. Snow piled up on his tent, and the wind whipped through the trees. By morning, Luke realized it was time to get out. The snow was coming down heavier, visibility was shot, and the trail back was disappearing fast. He threw on his snowshoes and carefully made his way out through the now pretty unforgiving forest.
So I'm gonna hit the sack, and we're gonna see what this blizzard brings, because I can hear it snowing really hard right now. We'll see what we got in the morning.
I think it's time to get up.
What a beautiful campsite. This right here is Prince William Sound, one of the most gorgeous parts of Alaska. And this forest here is actually rainforest. They get something like 200 inches of rain every year here. This is one of my favorite places in Alaska. But this storm is getting worse. I think I better get my snowshoes on and get out of here.
The storm just kept coming. By the time he finally reached his car, it was buried under a thick layer of snow and the roads were completely frozen over.
I'm almost in the car. Hopefully I can get it out of the snowdrift. Well, there you go. That's not too buried. I can get that out.
On the way back, he even stopped to help out another driver who was stuck. Getting home was anything but easy. He had to keep shoveling through deep snowdrifts and use a small red shovel to guide his car, marking a safe path through the blinding snow.
I put the shovel in the snowdrift so I can know where it is. Oh, that was some sketchy stuff. There was just the smallest window through that snowdrift. I had to go and run about 50 feet in front of the car and put my red shovel in the snow, and I'd use that as a target to aim for the path. And I'd get there and I'd run back and go another 50 feet. And if you got off 6 inches to either side, you were done. But by doing that, me and everybody that was behind me was able to get through the snowdrifts.
In the end, Luke made it back, totally wiped out and frozen, but safe. That storm could have easily left him stuck out there, but his know-how, prep, and stubborn determination got him through. Ben and Zach, the duo behind the YouTube channel Haunted, are known for exploring some of Australia's most remote and supposedly haunted locations, sometimes joined by Sophia. In a video posted on June 3rd, 2025, they set out to investigate a decaying, isolated house surrounded by dark rumors. Locals believe something far more malevolent than a ghost resides there, a demonic force said to haunt the place. But instead of turning away, Ben and Zach were even more motivated to uncover the truth for themselves.
God. I did not expect to come back here.
I have a bad feeling about this, man.
Ben and Zach arrived under the cover of night, flashlights in hand, prepared to test the truth behind the eerie legends tied to the house. To ease the tension, they joked with each other as they started their walkthrough. But beneath the lighthearted banter, there was genuine anticipation. As they began setting up their paranormal equipment, it was obvious. They were looking for more than just a quiet night.
You just hold it one in each end.
Yeah. You gotta keep them straight. Like that. Yeah.
Well, how do you get them straight?
Get it. Yeah. Okay, this isn't... We're off to a bad start. Alright, you gotta ask questions. Do you want me to try?
Hold on.
You got this. Oh my goodness.
Am I gonna...
Oh god. Is Zach getting possessed tonight? Oh my god! Is there a spirit in this house? Cross the rods in my hands for yes. That's beeping, dude. See, I don't know if to believe this, guys, because the littlest movement and they move too from my hands.
I believe that, though.
Yeah. Can you move these for me? Dude, I'm not moving that. You can see my hands are a little bit shaky.
Yeah, I know. A little bit shaky, but like still as.
Yeah. Right. Alright.
Nearly every device they use picks up signs of a possible spirit presence in the house. But it's not just the equipment anymore. Ben and Zach begin hearing strange, unexplained noises echoing through the deserted halls. Suddenly, the chilling rumors surrounding the place start to feel all too real.
Zach, that's on the dirt road where our car is. We're dead. It's coming back. Stop.
They began to question whether it was truly a spirit they were encountering or if someone else was out there. The footsteps outside felt too intentional to ignore. The thought of a stranger lurking near their car was far more disturbing than any ghost. They came looking for paranormal thrills, not to face a real person with possibly harmful intentions hiding in the darkness.
Hello? Is there someone out there? Oh, what the f***? As I said, we're not hearing it anymore.
Surely if it was someone like you'd hear.
Bro, that's 100% footsteps. I heard it go out into the dirt road.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Who's out there? Look at the... Oh. The same thing.
The tension had hit its limit. Ben and Zach stood still, listening intently, hoping for another sound, maybe even a voice. But all they got was silence and the unsettling feeling of being watched without knowing by whom or what. With their nerves worn thin and no clear explanation, they decided to leave. Carefully gathering their gear, they kept their eyes on every shadow as they backed out of the house and headed for the car. Whether it was a person with questionable intentions or something truly paranormal, they weren't willing to risk finding out. Sometimes the wisest choice is to walk away. Anita Nazil, a woman living close to Canada's Highway of Tears, was at home one day when she heard the chilling cries of a woman outside, desperately calling for help. The desperate cries of a woman could be heard coming from the highway. Anita called the police and recorded what was happening, knowing that going toward the sound could be really dangerous. The Highway of Tears in Canada has a dark history. It's named after a time when many Indigenous people went missing, often kidnapped, and never seen again. On March 2nd, 2025, the homeowner was jolted awake by a loud noise and quickly realized that 3 to 4 boys had broken into the house. While the family was still inside, the intruders tore through the kitchen looking for the BMW keys and ended up stealing jackets and electronics before fleeing. Hopefully, the footage and stolen items info will help catch these guys before they strike again. Meet Bear, a guy whose love for the wild takes him deep into nature's most mysterious spots. On his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear, he shares his passion for adventure and the unknown. Tonight, he's heading into a thick forest where some viewers say they've spotted the elusive Bigfoot. It's January 2nd, 2025, and Bear arrives late in the evening. The temperature's dropping fast as he makes his way to a remote campsite, miles away from civilization. It seems like the perfect place to spend the night, but Bear has no idea what secrets this forest is hiding. Not long after, Bear hears a sound. There's a sudden sharp crack, like a branch snapping. He shrugs it off, figuring it's just the forest settling in for the night. Still, something feels a little off. The air seems heavier. Before heading out to take a look around, Bear sets up a camera by his campsite. In front of it, he leaves an apple, kind of like an offering, maybe even bait.
Oh, it's cold. All right, so we'll let that sit there for a bit.
With the camera running, Bear walks into the forest, hoping to spot something out of the ordinary. The deeper he goes, the atmosphere changes. The trees feel like they're murmuring, and the night falls into an unsettling silence.
That sounded like metal. That sounded like a gate or something, like a metal gate, but there is no metal gate back here that I know of. Oh.
Out of nowhere, a new sound comes from the shadows. A metallic creak, like an old gate slowly swinging open. Then, heavy knocks ring out in the distance. Bear freezes, his heart pounding with a weird mix of fear and excitement. Meanwhile, back at camp, the camera catches something creepy. A A low, creepy growl echoes through the chilly air, but Bear's still out there, totally clueless.
What is this? This is footprints. It goes down. Look at all the leaves messed up there. Oh, that's scaring me. That's scaring me.
Following a weird trail of huge footprints, way too big to be human, Bear moves through the thick underbrush, heading deeper into the dark. Every instinct says he should turn around, but his curiosity keeps pushing him forward.
Man, my hands feel like they're gonna freaking fall off. All this is slippery. Oh man. There's more tracks. There's more tracks. I don't want to know. Whatever it is, it can't be good. I've never had anything good happen.
Eventually, the trail leads him to the edge of a frozen lake. More prints are scattered across the snowy ground. A chill runs through Bear, not just from the cold, but from something deeper, something primal. Figuring he's gone far enough, Bear starts heading back to camp, his mind racing with questions. Once he gets back, he quickly checks the apple in front of the camera, eager to see if anything's different.
The apple's still there. Bigfoot, my boy, did not come get the apple yet. That's alright. That's alright. We'll leave it sit here all night though. Alright, we gotta get back to the truck. I'm freaking scared. I'm freezing. Okay. Let's get in the back.
Whatever made that noise in the dark, Bear might never find out. Later that night, Bear heads back to his truck because the cold is getting to him. As the wind howls outside, he gets into his sleeping bag, leaving one last camera rolling just in case. Eventually, he falls asleep. The wilderness is quiet and huge around him. But sometime during the night, the camera picks up a loud bang, something hitting the side of Bear's truck hard. He doesn't wake up. By morning, the forest is calm again. Bear packs up and leaves. But when he watches the footage later, the mystery of that night sticks with him. Meet Dell and David, two friends who love exploring the unknown. On their YouTube channel, Signs and Signals, they bravely visited the most mysterious and creepy places they could find. From haunted abandoned buildings to nights spent in spooky graveyards, they pushed past fear to try to capture proof of the unexplained. Sadly, since Dell passed away, the channel has been quiet, but this video is still one of their most powerful investigations. In it, they explore a house that's been empty for years. The owners believed it was haunted and left, never coming back. Despite many attempts, the house still hasn't been sold. That was enough reason for Dell and David to check it out, but they didn't know that going inside might be a big mistake. It's July 5th, 2021. When Dell and David arrive, they head straight in, eager to find out what scared the owners away. But they soon learn the crumbling walls aren't the only thing waiting for them inside.
There's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of stuff left over, and it looks like they left in a hurry.
The renovating process, I'll tell you that.
It looks like somebody's been here after they tried to renovate. I doubt they will leave it.
Maybe, I don't know how long they haven't been here for. Like after they got done trying to fix the place up. God, dude, come on, bro. Come here. Come here. Jesus. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was that phone. I don't know. Get the hell out of here, bro. Dude, that was not like that. minute ago, bro. That is stacked.
Suddenly, right after hearing a strange knocking sound, one of the rooms filled with a terrible, overpowering smell. It was so strong that Dell and David had to leave and move to another part of the house. They barely had time to wonder where the smell came from before something else caught their attention, something much more disturbing.
Dale, someone's here. Is there someone knocking on the door?
Dude.
No, that's in the back. That's in the back still.
Dude.
It's in the back
it
still.
It stinks in here all the way in here now.
Oh my God,
bro. Oh, man. David, I'm done with this. Dude, I think we just need to go, man. We just need to go.
Go.
The video ends here, and we can only guess that Dell and David left the house as fast as they could after what happened. And honestly, who could blame them? But it leaves us wondering, what was really going on inside that house? Could it have been haunted by something dark, causing the strange noises and that sudden terrible smell? Or was it all just a stage trick for the camera? In the end, it's up to you to decide. A Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy narrowly avoided harm during an undercover sting in Riverview, Florida, that turned into an attempted armed robbery. The incident occurred at the Reflections apartment complex, where the undercover officer arranged a meeting with 18-year-old Christopher Samuels and a 17-year-old to discuss buying THC vapes, marijuana, and oxycodone. During the interaction, the suspects brandished firearms and tried to carjack the detective. Surveillance footage from inside the vehicle, mostly blurred to protect the officer's identity, captured the moment when the gun was pulled, and the detective calmly exited the car. The suspects eventually ran off.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm getting out, bro. I'm getting out. I'm trying to, bro.
Get out the car. Get out.
I'm getting out the car, bro. Take it with me. That's your car. Take it with me. Get out. Bro. Get out. Go.
Another individual, 18-year-old Sadrian Davis, was also caught on video helping the suspects escape, and he is now facing charges as well. Authorities revealed the 17-year-old suspect already has 26 felony arrests, and they credit the detective's quick thinking for avoiding a potentially deadly situation. A Reddit user, JTurley85, posted a strange video that left viewers completely baffled. According to the post, the footage came from a co-worker of the Reddit user's wife, who had gone hunting in the mountains over the weekend. They had a pack of dogs with them, but 2 went missing during the trip. After an extensive search, they found the dogs, but both had been torn apart. While trying to figure out what could have caused it, they spotted something unusual through a scope and began recording. The figure appeared tall, with thin, unnaturally long arms covered in what looked like hair. Its movements didn't seem human. Some suggested it might have been another hunter in camouflage, but that doesn't explain the condition of the dogs. To this day, no one has any clear answers. Jay from the channel, Visually Creeped, is known for going where most people won't. Abandoned places, haunted trails, and spooky legends. In this video, he explores a forest trail said to be haunted by the spirit of a woman who cries for her lost child. A couple once claimed they were attacked here, with the woman pulled to the ground by something they couldn't see. That story kept them from ever coming back, but Jay wanted to see it for himself.
There's really not too much online about it. It's more like a legend. But when they were walking down this trail, and she got pulled by her hair and thrown down on the ground. That's on this trail right here. They will not come back to this place, so that's what kind of ignited this curiosity. I'm like, oh, I'll go walk through it. It might be a stupid decision at the end of the day. You guys are not really gonna like see me use any type of equipment in here. I'm just more exploring. See if we see anything, and to challenge myself, because being in the woods at night, It's kind of spooky.
As he heads deeper into the woods at night, the air grows tense. He's not using any ghost hunting gear this time, just his senses. At first, nothing seems out of place until it is. Something yanks his backpack hard, knocking him off balance and sending his camera flying. Stunned, he scrambles to make sense of what just happened.
Nothing's pulling my hair or anything like that. Oh my God, what the? I just dropped it. Something pulled my bag. Yo, something pulled my bag. I was right here. My camera just dropped right there. Hold on. I just fell. Something pulled my bag. I'm gonna turn it up. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out right now. Hold on. I'm freaking out right now. Something pulled my backpack. I fell. I think there's nothing. There's no trees or nothing. Hold on. All my settings are... There's nothing around me that did there. I was on the... Oh God, give me a second. There is nobody around here. There's nothing that could have done that. Look at. There is nothing. There's nothing my bag could have got caught on in there. There's nothing. And what's crazy... Which way do I go? I think it goes this way. Oh, dude, I don't even know. I was literally saying, I don't want to say it right now because I'm afraid. I'm not gonna, I'm afraid. I was seriously talking about nothing has pulled me yet. Hello? It happened right here. It literally felt like somebody grabbed the back of my bag and like yanked it, like yanked. I fell backwards, like it took me off my feet.
The moment feels unreal. Just before, everything had been quiet. Shaken, Jay decides to leave. Paranormal or not, it rattled him enough to end the night early and head home. Franco plans to spend the night in an abandoned mental hospital deep in Chile. The place is rumored to be haunted, with stories of squatters and even dead bodies found there. It's definitely not a place for someone easily scared, but for Franco, it's the perfect challenge. As night begins, a local friend drops him off at the entrance. The moment he steps out of the car, he can already feel how creepy the place is. With his gear ready, he heads into the thick woods, walking toward the old, falling-apart hospital.
Right now, this location's kind of open, but I am in a very dangerous area as well. But no light is the best way to kind of approach this. I have to be careful because a lot of bodies were found out here. Sometimes people will get and they would bring them out here.
From the very start, an eerie feeling sets the tone. Franco reminds his viewers of the dangers, both supernatural and human, lurking in such places. He switches on his night vision to avoid being seen and carefully approaches the massive structure, searching for a suitable place to camp for the night.
I wonder if that's coming from down here. Because it sounds more distant now.
But then, the sound comes back, this time even louder. Franco stops, shining his flashlight around as his heart races, trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything out here. I'm pretty sure that's coming from the basement. I think it's echoing from the basement. Hopefully I don't encounter anyone. I don't know about paranormal activity.
Deciding to investigate, Franco makes his way down to the basement, which is said to be the most haunted part of the hospital. This area is known for strange and creepy experiences. Holding his camera and flashlight, he carefully goes down the stairs, not knowing that something truly dangerous is waiting for him.
I'm a little freaked out because this is dangerous. Look at what I'm using for protection. It's an axe.
Luckily, Franco came prepared and brought an axe, thinking he was ready for anything. But while an axe might help against some dangers, it's useless against guns. Suddenly, he hears men's voices echoing through the basement.
I want to see if I could see any light. I can't see anything. Only a little door at the very end, but no shadow. Look. I had to turn around because I have security behind me. And I guess they just kicked me out. Seems like they're yelling throughout the whole place.
Hearing people shouting in Spanish and realizing he's in serious danger, Franco doesn't waste a second. He runs straight for the exit, choosing to escape instead of hiding. But just as he gets outside, he's seen. Security guards fire warning shots toward him, clearly showing he's not welcome. Shaken, but not hurt, Franco keeps running and doesn't look back. He makes it to his car, heart racing, still trying to make sense of what just happened.
Just made it back to the car. We're heading out of here. Unfortunately, I wanted to stay more and do more of an investigation. But again, like I said in the beginning, that location was extremely dangerous. The location I'm in is extremely dangerous.
The haunted mental hospital wasn't just scary because of ghosts. It was truly dangerous because of the people inside. Wanting to stay safe, Franco drives to a nearby hotel he had already booked. Even though he's glad to be okay, the experience shakes him up. He admits he couldn't stay the whole night, but who could blame him? No video is worth risking your life. Franco shares the full story with his viewers and makes it clear he's never going back to that place again. The Calumet Hotel in Minnesota reportedly experienced 2 mysterious fires and is believed to be haunted. A man named Ian claimed he was physically touched by a ghost named Charles in room 308, describing strange events like being tapped, watched while sleeping, and even having a pillow thrown toward him.
Somebody just tapped my shoulder. There is nothing here. Okay. I just felt you. Did you just touch me? You got my attention. Whoever you are. That startled me. Did you just tap my shoulder? Scared me. It's just the thing kicking on again. Could you move one of these bottles? Preferably without breaking them. Hello? Is anyone here? Oh my god. What was that? That was not my eyes playing tricks on me. I literally just saw something up there. It was looming over that railing, looking over at me. Literally just looked like a white figure. Hello? Hello? Charles? Do you remember me? So I definitely remember you. Holy, my battery's already almost. It's a brand new battery. Are you draining my battery right now? Okay, that was a tap. That was a tap right on that nightstand. Charles, if that was you, could you do that again? Okay. What else can you do? What the?
tried to go to sleep, and noises just picked up again.
I keep hearing movement by me.
Was it just an overactive imagination, or did Ian truly encounter something from beyond? This man tried to break into a house, but his plan failed when a neighbor across the street noticed him through the window.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm looking for something.
There's nothing in there.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Sorry.
Spooked, the would-be intruder fled the scene, a satisfying end to the situation. A group of teenagers was caught on surveillance video repeatedly robbing the Home Court store on Philadelphia Avenue in Silver Spring. They broke in by smashing windows with bricks and their feet, targeting the store on 3 separate nights and stealing a range of items during each incident. The repeated break-ins have raised concerns among local residents and business owners, prompting increased calls for security and swift action from law enforcement. An investigation is currently underway to identify and apprehend the suspects. A group of men pulled over by the side of a road for reasons that remain unclear. What happened next, however, was unbelievable.
جاكي شان فراز انت ما كان جاكي شان فراز انت نور يا جاكي شان.
One of the men approached a steep, almost vertical cliff, and without any ropes, equipment, or hesitation, began to climb. Using only his hands, he ascended the surface with an unnatural speed and ease. The climb seemed nearly impossible, yet he made it look effortless. Even now, no one knows how he managed it. Was he simply an exceptionally skilled climber? Josh is a guy who's all about adventure and loves sharing his travels with everyone. He's always hiking different trails and camping in forests. This time, he's heading deep into the jungles of Sri Lanka to check out a hidden cannibal cave.
Wasn't this there at the start? It's just all of a sudden become the most amazing road ever created. Oh my goodness, I gotta save myself a lot of time. More of a workout, I suppose. Hello, cutie pie? Wow, look at this road. This is super scenic. I still can't get over how stunning the nature is in Sri Lanka. It is an incredibly beautiful country. It's also incredibly hot. Woo! There's a big bag of sweat. But fortunately for me, my luck was about to change as I heard the distant rattle of a tuk-tuk engine. Hi. Yes, sir. Oh, it's okay? Oh, thank you. You're a savior.
The road was definitely amazing. Josh got closer to the cave, only a few stairs left to climb, but right after hitting the trail, 2 men suddenly appeared from behind the trees and started following him. They didn't say a word, just matched his pace, walking when he walked, stopping when he stopped. At first, Josh thought it was a bit odd, but didn't overthink it. Then one of the men came up and asked him to follow them. Josh politely said no, but they weren't having it. That's when he started feeling uneasy, pulled out his camera, and began recording. And here's what happened next.
I've been joined by some friends. They're showing me around. Very cool. I think these guys want to show me something. All right. We're going this way? I'll follow you. I'll follow you. After you. I'm just going to get one more shot, okay? One more shot. Oh, sorry. I'm just shooting, filming, and doing more. And then I'll come, okay? I'll come soon. I just want to shoot this. But you go, I'll stay. And then I come later. I'm just filming everything. Okay?
Josh managed to escape that creepy situation and felt really relieved to be unharmed. Those men definitely seemed like they were trying to lure him into that abandoned building. Who knows what their intentions were? This kind of experience is a clear reminder why you shouldn't trust strangers, especially when you're far from help. They might have just wanted to be friendly and show him something, but honestly, that seems unlikely. It's always wise to have some form of protection in situations like this. After all, what can one guy do against two men with nothing but his bare hands? It's better to be safe than sorry. On April 21st, 2025, a Reddit user called Wrestling is Real shared a creepy experience from a camping trip with a friend in the Scottish countryside. The trip was going smoothly, just two friends enjoying nature and a break from everyday life. But things took a turn. While they were out picking up some supplies for the last few days, they passed a large abandoned building. Suddenly, they heard a loud, echoing bang coming from inside. Curious but a bit worried, they decided to investigate. At first, they couldn't tell where the noise was coming from, but then they noticed a window boarded up with old wooden planks, and that's where the sound was coming from.
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Mate. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go. It's a fucking ghost.
There's nothing else there.
Of course, the two friends were totally confused. There wasn't a single breeze that day, no wind at all. And if you watch the video carefully, you'll see there's no movement or figure behind the boards. Nothing that could explain such a loud bang. You can hear in the clip that they're both shaking, and they quickly come to a spooky conclusion. It had to be something supernatural, a ghost, or something that just can't be explained. Dark Ghost Paranormal is a YouTube channel that focuses on real-time paranormal investigations, often done solo in creepy, abandoned, or reportedly haunted places. On March 22, 2021, the investigator entered a house said to have strong poltergeist activity, planning to document anything unusual. They set up a base inside and intentionally avoided using lights, thinking the presence might react badly to them. Not long after settling in, strange sounds started coming from the attic and nearby rooms. Things took a frightening turn when a closet nearly collapsed on them, something they narrowly avoided thanks to a sudden noise that warned them just in time. While trying to get some sleep on a makeshift bed made of a couple of chairs, a white orb slowly floats across the camera. Then, out of nowhere, a loud bang fills the room, along with what appears to be sparks or sudden flashes of light. He wakes up in a panic, heart racing, and quickly looks around, but nothing's there. So what do you think? Could this be actual footage of a poltergeist? And have you ever experienced something you just couldn't explain? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. A man who had been dealing with a haunting for years decided to take matters into his own hands, convinced that his strong faith would be enough to drive the spirit out. But without any proper knowledge or experience, his self-performed exorcism backfired, intensifying the paranormal activity instead of stopping it.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, te pido, Señor, que me proteja en el nombre del Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo. Hoy quiero leer este salmo. Thus says the Lord, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am the Lord of the God, who teaches you the prophet, who leads you by the way you should go.
In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I command you to take these demons out of the house. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I ask you to leave my house, please. I command you to leave the house in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I am reading the Father's prayers. Leave this house now. Leave in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I command you to leave right now. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
It's wild to think this ritual was meant to drive the spirit away, because it did the exact opposite. Instead of calming things down, the man's words only seemed to provoke it, leading to loud screaming and a major spike in paranormal activity. To make matters worse, a cross in the room was flipped upside down, strongly suggesting that a demonic presence was involved, likely explaining why the spirit reacted so violently to the scripture. Exploring Alabama is a YouTube channel run by Lost Chief. He loves history and makes videos about abandoned places, metal detecting, and creek exploring. In this video, he visits a creek in Talladega National Forest on Easter Sunday. His plan? Just follow the creek and enjoy the day.
I drove up here with the intentions of having a play date with this creek and following it up the other side. But I left my boots in my dad's yard after cutting grass. There's only one thing to do, and that's get these incredible shoes and gorgeous legs wet. So it's not a city creek, so I'm okay with that. If it were a city creek, depending on the city, I would probably head the other direction. I did saturate myself with bug spray. What I want to know is, what is the largest animal in this creek? It's most likely going.
Most of the trip is calm, with quiet woods and the sound of water. But near the end, something unsettling happens.
That is a human mandible. That is part of a human skull.
Near the water, he spots something disturbing, a human jawbone. It's clearly not an animal bone, and he knows it right away. The find leaves him shaken.
I thought that was the points to a young buck, but I have spent enough time identifying deceased people by their dental records to know they did not have their molars removed and were all the way down to first, second bicuspid, cuspid, and then laterals. I don't know what to do. I mean, I know what to do. I'm just a long way from anywhere. I tell you, the biggest thing that's bothering me right now is my heart's breaking. And I mean this literally to the point of it kind of makes me want to cry, because somebody was looking for that person.
He leaves the woods and calls the police. When they arrive, he shows them the exact spot where he found the jawbone. They also find some old trash and a rotting wooden spoon nearby.
There's more stuff up there. How far is it? It's on up around the corner and everything, but you know, where people have been there, like an old rotten wooden spoon and you know, a little bit of trash, but so now we're walking back to the campsite where I found the wooden spoon in the garbage, because they're thinking that may be where it washed down from. Yeah, it's not far up around this corner.
The next day, police confirm the remains are human. They share a theory too. Years ago, a cult was active in the area, and 2 people fought for leadership. One of them was killed, and the missing chief was never found. Authorities now think the remains could be his. It's sad to think someone might have died there alone, their body carried by the creek and forgotten. But thanks to this discovery, there may finally be some answers. So far, there have been no new updates. The story says a girl named Violetta, whose name eerily resembles the word violent in English, suddenly snapped and killed her entire family in this house. Not exactly the kind of place you'd want to visit at night.
What is up, everyone? Thank you for watching Franco TV. So I've made it deep out into the mountains.
The house's creepy reputation isn't just from the stories. Even the road leading to it has gained a name for itself. Several car accidents have happened there, with drivers swerving to avoid strange figures that suddenly appear, as if ghostly watchers are stepping out from the property itself.
Look at this. Over here in the road is where there'll be many car accidents, where people swerve out of the way to avoid the spirits that would supposedly be coming from this very house. Let me go ahead and switch into night vision, so it's not too hard to...
When the investigator steps inside, they find walls that still have the original bloodstains. And we're not talking faint or faded marks. These are dark, visible stains from where Violetta killed her sister. You can actually see the blackened trail showing where she dragged the body. A chilling, permanent reminder of what happened that night.
This is going to get kind of graphic. Probably you can't tell now, but right here in this room, her sister with a knife before she beheaded her, and when she did, the blood sprayed, and all of this is her blood. I know it's kind of gross, but that's the stains of her blood after it sprayed against the wall. This is what I was told. Apparently it's even onto the ground as well, but they're kind of like white spots. This is what he showed me. And after she killed her sister, the blood trail still continues because she dragged her bodies down the staircase area. And as you can see, there's still blood marks, but still blood marks there. And it's a true story because it was all over the news and it's known for throughout the town, and that's why this whole place was abandoned. This is terrible.
The further they went into the house, the creepier it got. They began hearing all sorts of noises. Footsteps from the floor above, even though no one was there. Random banging, and even what sounded like someone screaming in pain outside.
I did just hear what sounds like someone screaming outside. It almost sounded like somebody was in pain.
There's a room in their house where they actually keep the skulls of Violetta's victims, and people treat it like a shrine, leaving offerings and water. The strange part, the water supposedly disappears day after day, like something's drinking it.
If you look at the cups here, those little cups, they leave water there, and they drink it. Every day they come by, the water's low and low and low, and they're drinking.
Things get even stranger when he pulls out the ghost hunting gear. Using an EVP device, he picks up some creepy responses. And no joke, they actually caught a shadow figure on camera, just casually walking past a doorway, but it vanished just as fast as it showed up.
It just passed right by the door. Like right when I looked, it was just in passing.
By this point, the investigator was pretty brave. He decided to do one last session in total darkness, right next to those skulls. The responses from the devices made it clear the spirits are still there, maybe even trapped in the place where their lives ended so violently.
I'm now in the last room in this house with the skulls. Basically what I'm going to do is start an Obula session, but I'm going to be in the pitch darkness. I'm going to have all the lights off. I'm going to be alone with the skulls behind me asking questions. I don't know what could happen. The sounds of the footsteps upstairs, or what I've heard, have kind of stopped. I haven't heard it since then.
Don't go there.
Go where? I have the roof. She just answered me. Don't go there, the roof. They said she lost her mind and that her sister, their sister, lost her mind, or she was possessed by demons, and she just went rampant killing everyone in the house. She was a normal girl, and this just happened out of nowhere, pretty much. I'm sorry that they have your heads mounted up on the house when it should be in your...
So what really went down here? Did demons actually possess Violetta like the locals claim, or was something else behind it all? Ian, who goes by the name Midwest Ghost Hunter, frequently embarks on paranormal investigations and uploads detailed videos to his YouTube channel. In one particular video, he explored a haunted asylum, and the experience turned out to be just as eerie as expected. Here's a segment from that video.
Whoa. There's something in that photo. It looks like a figure peeking out of that room. Hello? Is there someone in there? I wonder if this is Lulu's room. I guess there's only one way to find out. Yep, there it is. Lulu, I think I just seen you peering out from your room. Were you watching me? Whoa! Whoa! She just started by! Oh my god! I literally just seen her bolt in here. She just went from right to left. And she ran over somewhere this way. Lulu. I know you're in here. Are you running around your room? Ooh. Whoa. Sorry. You just spooked me a little bit there. Are you making noise over here? Could you make another noise? Whoa. I'm trying to take a whole bunch of photos. Getting orbs. She is definitely in here. You have a very beautiful room, Lulu. Is that one of the cribs? The old cribs that you used when you were a mother? I'm very sorry.
It was clear that a presence was in the room with Ian, though it's not confirmed if it was the one he referred to as Lulu. He saw a figure peeking through the doorway, an orb moving across the room, and heard a strange noise. He left the property, and the mystery remains unsolved. A guy shows up at someone's house, grabs a package, and stuffs it under his jacket. Kind of funny how he looks surprised, like he didn't expect the camera to catch him. 16-year-old honor student Vincent Tyrell Parker stunned his community when he admitted to murdering his parents, reportedly after an argument over having his iPod taken away.
Vincent is a very nice guy. You know, I went to church with him every Sunday. We hung out outside of school. He didn't show any signs of any problem.
Despite having no prior history of mental illness and being known as a kind, trustworthy person, especially by his cousin, who described him as gentle and great with kids, Vincent suddenly lost control.
Yes, he owned a dog, and he loved that dog. I also have a 3-year-old sister, and I would let him watch her when I was busy doing something else.
Ooh,
and she loved him to death, so I don't understand where this anger came from, but he is definitely a people person.
He attacked his mother using pepper spray, a crowbar, and a knife, and later assaulted his father when he returned home. Following the case, Vincent showed deep regret, often crying and questioning his actions.
Yes, he's written letters explaining what has happened. He pretty much said he just snapped. He was very angry, and he doesn't remember it.
In a heartfelt letter addressed to his mother's grave, he apologized and expressed a desire to trade his life to bring his parents back.
Yes, he is very remorseful. He is very sad that something like this would happen. He is trying to figure out himself why he's done it. He's not sure. He cries all the time, and I'm not sure what was going on in his brain at the time, but he's never acted like this ever.
His behavior shocked his family, who hadn't seen any warning signs.
Yes, he wrote, "Dear Mom, I want to start off by saying sorry from the bottom of my heart. I know sorry may not be enough to justify what I did, but I'm sorry for what I did to both you and Dad. I would give my life for you two to be alive again. You and Dad were and still are the best Mom and Dad in the world. Mom, I want to thank you for bringing me into this world. Well, I'll see you soon. Happy Mother's Day to the best mother in the world. I miss you and Dad so much."
The tragedy sparked a broader conversation about youth violence, mental health, and whether subtle signs had been missed. Vincent was eventually tried as an adult and sentenced to 25 years in prison. A 10-year-old student at Walker Elementary School in Fort Lauderdale was discovered with a 9mm handgun in his backpack.
How are you?
The incident happened early in the morning as students were arriving. A fellow student saw the boy displaying the weapon and promptly reported it to an adult.
What's in your bag, buddy?
School officials and a police officer quickly located the boy before he reached the cafeteria and found the unloaded gun in his bag.
Check it out, so I removed the magazine from it. There's no bullets.
Little boy, he said that a 10-year-old had a in his book bag.
Intercepted him before he got to the cafeteria, checked his bag. It would appear that would be.
Please be advised, I located a kid that brought him to school.
Authorities believe the child did not intend to harm anyone, but he was warned that he might not be allowed to return to the school.
There's a possibility you may not be coming back to the school ever.
It's still uncertain how he got the firearm or whether he fully understands the gravity of the situation.
Back to class is not an option today.
The state attorney's office decided not to file charges, opting instead to support the child and his family to prevent similar events in the future. 17-year-old Tyler Hadley from Florida was accused of brutally murdering his parents with a hammer and then hosting a party at their home just hours later, which he announced on Facebook.
After he told me, I didn't believe him because he's been my best friend forever. I would never suspect anything like this, and I was looking around. He told me if I look at enough, I can see signs. I looked on the floor, I could see signs of blood, and that's when I went around back and looked in his parents' bedroom.
During the party, he confided in his best friend, Michael Mandel, about the killings. At first, Mandel didn't believe him, but after noticing traces of blood and investigating further, he discovered the bodies of Hadley's parents hidden beneath blood-soaked sheets in their bedroom.
I saw bloody sheets piled everywhere. I saw broken pictures with blood on them, and I looked down and I saw his dad's leg.
Authorities revealed that Hadley killed his mother first, then his father, before locking their bodies in the bedroom. Although he was initially charged with second-degree murder, prosecutors intend to upgrade the charge to first-degree murder.
We, in fact, plan and fully anticipate at this point in time, we will take the case to the grand jury and we will seek an indictment for first-degree murder.
Mandel also disclosed that Hadley had been using drugs before the attack and had mentioned plans to take his own life.
He was going to commit suicide.
Hadley is currently being held in jail without the option of bail. Meet Charles, a YouTuber from the channel Son of a Bear. He loves spending time outdoors and usually shares his forest adventures with his viewers. But on this day, he filmed something that shook him to the core, something he never expected to see. It was July 18th, 2021, a warm, sunny day in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Charles had been enjoying the summer there, waking up to birds and the quiet sounds of nature.
Living in this 10 by 10 wall tent for the summer, it's on a 100-acre property outside of Asheville in the Blue Ridge Mountains. This tent has 2 of everything: 2 windows, 2 doors, 2 outhouses. The property has a farm, several houses, tons of dogs, animals, even a pond. I rent the tent on a 100-acre property that borders a national forest in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm surrounded by mushrooms and plants, and I go foraging every day and build campfire.
As Charles talked about the calm and beauty of the place in his vlog, it looked like the perfect escape, but he didn't know that this quiet spot was about to become a nightmare. Later that day, Charles went out looking for mushrooms, one of his favorite things to do. The forest was quiet, just leaves crunching under his feet and birds chirping now and then. Then, out of nowhere, something shattered that peace.
And this one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
A loud, chilling scream cut through the trees. It was so close, like someone was in real pain. Shaken, Charles whispered under his breath. Without wasting time, he put his camera down and started to walk away fast, wanting to stay safe. His mind was racing. What was that? This was private land, and he had rented the site. Who or what could be here? But before he could figure it out, something even scarier happened. Charles pulled out his phone and started filming as gunshots rang out in the distance, clear in the audio. Could this be connected to the scream he'd heard? Charles didn't wait to find out. He made his way back to his campsite, shaken but determined to tell someone. He told the property owner what had happened, but the owner was just as shocked and didn't have any answers. To this day, no one knows what really happened in those woods. So what do you think? Were the screaming gunshots connected? Was someone in danger? Or was something darker hiding in the Blue Ridge Mountains? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.